gentlemen, I'd ask Mr. Jerry Stokes to come forward, who's going to toss the coin. The coin is marked Kenwick and Maddington, so there's no need for anybody to call. Maddington have won the toss. Thanks very much, Jerry. Two wonderful games of football this afternoon. We hope that this is the third in a row. I'd like to wish Ray Drop, Cameron Farmer, Graham Cook, Brad Gervin, Matthew Solis, Terry Tomlinson, Robert Charlotte, the umpires, all the best, and of course Maddington and Kenwick. We have some cars that are blocking entrances and we need to have them shifted. There's a white Hilux 9HM576, a white BT Commodore, a white VL Commodore RA3126, and a Burgundy Jaguar BH98WA. All those cars are blocking other cars in. Can you please shift them?
Heritage FM 107.3 live Sunday Football League broadcast, and this is the climax. This is the grand final between Maddington and Kenwick. The players are in position, the umpire's in position. We're waiting for the siren, and then we're ready to go. Fellas, last tips, Davo?
Oh, boys, look, yesterday I tipped Maddington, but with those two outs, and I've spoken with Gavin Hanning before the game, I think Kenwick can beat them.
Cameron Sprague?
Massive outs.
Kenwick are full strength. They had a great game last week. I'm tipping them in a close one.
Siren sounded. Cameron Palmer, the umpire, holds the ball aloft. It'll be Harris versus that player in white. No one wins the first ruck knock. Harris recovered well. Gilliland coming through with a soccer. Big heavy hit on Gary Ewan early on, but Robbie Davis is the player to get one away. However, the umpire's picked up an indiscretion against the little man Catalan. It'll go to the veteran Robbie Steffen, who'll take the first free kick of the grand final for 2004 from the centre of the ground.
He saw the hit, boys.
Robbie Steffen quickly plays on now, looking up forward for a leading player there in Ewan. It goes over the back, running in best position for Kenwick will be that player there in Dwayne Cook. We spoke about him yesterday. Kicks the ball back inboard, a little bit indirected. Also there was Gibson for Maddington. The skipper, Jason Peake, running through, intercepted by Lindsay Woods. He has it now, kicking inboard to the leading player, running towards us there in Atkinson. He can't gather it. Fumbles with the ball. There's players in hot pursuit against the cracker of a start to this grand final. Robbie Davis running along the boundary line and just falls over. The boundary umpire picks out that indiscretion and will throw the ball up right in front of the Kenwick coach's box.
Good pressure there, halves, from Robbie Davis there. Brett Cook chasing Atkinson down hard, and he just couldn't collect the ball, and good work from those two boys.
Boundary umpire Brad Gervin has it now, ready to spin it back in. Nathan Want prepares himself to do battle against Kello. Kello bundles him out the way and gets the knockdown to Robbie Steffen. He kicks inboard to 50 towards the leading Ewan. Beautiful small spoil from behind by the big man Valenti, playing his 100th game. He gathers it, bombs it back in towards the centre of the ground. No one can take possession as yet. Plenty of players converging on it, including Mallard. He can't get a kick out of the air, out of the thin air in fact. Daniel Perry's there for Kenwick. Atkinson's there. No clear possession as yet. Thompson gets it out wide to Atkinson. He took a cheap shot high. in the act of kicking, and Kenwick will take a free kick down in front of their coach's box.
So Lee Nagle's got it at left half forward for the Kenwick Royals. They took the kick away, but the umpire's going to bring him back. So Kenwick, an opportunity to go forward. They're kicking to the Perth Powder Coaters end of the ground, which is the northern end of the ground in this grand final match. Sunday football, Kenwick versus Maddington. The ball's with Nagle. Very good last week in the preliminary final. An ordinary looking kick towards the half forward. An opportunity for a player to go up. There was, in fact, Thomas couldn't mark the football, emerging at his peak for Maddington. He gets the kick away on the left centre wing position. There's a foot race going on. Adrian Wilkes is first there, hotly pursued by an opposition teammate in Lindsay Woods. It spills free. It sets up an opportunity now for Hynam, very close to the boundary line. Drills the pass in more central location. And Andrew Catalano is marked for Maddington. Quick to go on. Long towards full forward, and the mark's been taken by Harding. The captain coach's mark. Point blank range on about a 60-degree angle. Well, the delivery was very good from Catalano. It came inside 50 very quickly. In best position to mark the football was Trent Harding, the coach. A call up late for the Maddington side. Will be kicking to the DVG Maddington end of the ground. The drop punt's on its way. Lovely looking kick. Maddington have drawn first blood in the grand final. A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington are a goal. Kenwick are yet to score. We've gone 3 minutes.
And boys, Andrew Catalano just getting away there and slack checking there from the defence. They just let him roll away from the contest. No one stood the mark and he just pumped it in long. And Trent Harding, well, surprise starter on the ground for mine. I thought he might have started on the bench with the heat went out of the game. He took a strong mark and he's gone back and he's drilled the first for Maddington.
Umpire Ray Zock has the ball back in the middle of the ground. Kenwick will be looking to take control here and get one back on the Maddington boys. It'll be Kello versus Want again. Both doing battle. Kello wins that one down. Les Sharp's there for Kenwick, but gathering in is Hynam. Gilliland gets involved as well, as does Peake. The umpires pick one out. Cameron Palmer picked that one out from back in the defensive line. Goes to Cook. Cook for Kenwick, kicks towards centre half forward. Hull couldn't take the mark. Over the back for Maddington is Gerard Gibson, and he has it now. Goes with the left boot out towards Brett Cook, and he finds him on the half forward flank, or half back flank for Maddington. In fact, it's Wilkes. Wilkes goes up looking for Want. Flying from behind for Kenwick was Ewan. Over the back was Atkinson. He kicks up forward, and a strong chest mark is taken by Cook. The umpire's picked out a free kick. It'll go down the ground to Les Sharp.
Hold him, boys. He picked it out.
Thanks, Davo. That free kick will go to Nagle. Lee Nagle has it inside the centre square. Kicks towards Stefan. Oh, Nicholas Woods, in fact, and he takes a strong mark. Opposed there by Carl Hendricks. Right on the 50-metre arc, so he'll be about 53 metres out. Need a bit of a run-up. Of course, he kicked coming off 4 goals last week. 5, in fact, last week. Nicholas Woods. Might find the distance a little bit beyond him here, but the accuracy pretty good as he comes in very deliberately on this occasion. Sinks the boot in. He might have the distance going towards the top of the square. I don't think it's been touched. In fact, it is a goal, so Kenwick have got one back on Maddington. The A to Z signs. Maddington 1 goal, Kenwick 1 goal also.
Well, a bit lazy there, boys. Nicholas Woods, he's a dangerous player when he gets away from the defence, and on the full back line there, the players have just let the ball drop onto the line, and it wasn't touched, and he's slotted it through for first. And a confidence player like Nicholas Woods, that's the start that Gavin Hanley would have wanted from him.
So the ball's working its way back to the middle of the ground. We've gone 5 minutes of play in this grand final. Of course, this sponsor of this quarter supported by Swanbury in the opening quarter of this grand final match live here at John Dunnotville. This ball's back in the ruck. Kello opposed by Want. Either can get the tap away. Crashing through the pack is an opportunity for player Ewan. Couldn't get hold of it. Lurking with the football is Atkinson in the centre square. No one can get the hold of the football. It's a loose ball. Wilkes can get the crumb. He hooks it back around the corner towards the centre half forward position. Players streaming out. Still no one can win hold of the football. Lurking, good play by Gilliland. He gets the hand pass further back in favour of Reynolds, the vice captain. Cooks inside 50. Harding went up, couldn't mark the football. Stefan can clear. Defensively for Kenwick. He goes towards the broadcast position and Cook's got it. A good game last week. Kicks towards the half forward position. Still, nobody can get hold of the football. Maddington players work well in defence. Picked up opportunity by Anderson. He runs to the centre square. Kicks towards the half forward position. And the mark's been taken by Thomas of Kenwick. He's at the defensive edge of the centre square here. He looks towards the centre half forward position at Hull. Takes a strong mark. He played well last week. He's a focal point up there. An ordinary kick inside 50. Sets up a player through Thomas. He needs to work hard here. In fact, as a matter of fact, it was Irvine, the captain. Back pedals. It comes to Woods. Inside 50. Here come Kenwick. Opportunity at the back of the pack. Nicholas Wood is marked. Well, he kicked 5 goals last week. He's the focal point, just pure one-on-one player. A very strong upper body strength he's got. And Nicholas Woods will be kicking to the Perth Powder Coaters end of the ground. We've gone 6 minutes.
Quick stat, boys. Kenwick, 4 free kicks to 0.
So Nicholas Woods, he's already kicked a goal early in this quarter. 7 minutes has just elapsed here. Woods, an exciting machine, a very good player. Drop punt's on its way. It's a lovely looking kick. Gun barrel straight, he's kicked 2. Kenwick, they go to 2 goals 12. Maddington a 1 goal 6. And that is on the A to Z side scoreboard. 7 minutes 30 seconds gone.
Well, a lot of pressure from the Kenwick players at the moment. They're hassling their opposition. They're running in numbers and putting plenty of pressure on. And a good mark there from Hull. He's going to be a dangerous player for the Kenwick or for the Maddington defence today, and he's going to certainly be hard to match up on. He takes the mark, and well, he's a very good option for them at centre half forward. And Nicholas Woods is away with 2.
That's the start that the Kenwick boys would have wanted. They wanted to hit hard early. Umpire Palmer has it in the middle of the ground. It'll be Harris this time against Want. Want wins the knockdown. Falls in the hands of Peake. He gets a beautiful give over the top to Gilliland. Gilliland inside 50. Gets a mongrel kick going down to Trent Harding. He was out in front of Oosterberg but couldn't take the mark. And the ball will spill over the boundary line just behind, or next to the behind post there at the DVG Maddington end of the ground.
Just talking about the crowd perspective, what are it, 1,500, 2,000 people? Hard to take a measure on it?
Hard, but close to 2,000, I reckon, boys.
Absolutely beautiful day for football. The boundary umpire prepares himself to throw it in. Trent Harding's there for Maddington, knocks it over the back to Catalano. Catalano's fallen on the ball and someone fell on the top of him, so he'll take the resulting free kick from about 30 metres out. Andrew Catalano, this is his style of game, in and under, nice and tough and hard at it there. Trent Harding in the ruck, knocking the ball over the back to Catalano, and he is infringed upon.
Free kick was definitely there, boys. Umpires picked it up right there.
Andrew Catalano, number 2 for Maddington, looking to get their second, his first. Quite deliberate shot at goal. Beautiful kick off the foot, Andrew Catalano. He's registered his first, and it's Maddington's second. They're going goal for goal here. The A to Z sign scoreboard. Kenwick are 2 goals straight, 12 points, and Maddington are up to the task. They're also 2 goals straight, 12.
Well, great start here from both sides, boys. They've come out all guns blazing, and Kenwick trying to hit Maddington hard early, but they've managed to just steady a little bit there, Maddington, and Andrew Catalano getting involved early on. And he set up the first goal, and now he has his own.
So the ball's been worked back to the centre of the ground. Bright, sunny conditions. You couldn't ask for a better day for football. It's the biggest game of all in September. It's grand final day here in the Sunday Football League. Working into the ruck. There's an opportunity for Harris. He went up, couldn't mark it. Catalano got wrapped up in a tackle. And it's ball. Dropping the ball. There you go. Interesting one. I thought he didn't have time anyway.
That was severe.
Oh,
severe.
Harsh in the middle of the ground. So coming away with it, we look like might be Stephan who's got the football. Robbie Stephan. No, she's going to come back to Daniel Perry. Hand passes to Sharp. He was very good last week. Goes with distance. Kicks inside the 50. Nagel went up, couldn't mark it. He comes to Hull. He can snap towards full forward. Magnificent kick on goal. And Maddington, I've got their third. That's his first. Maddington go to 3 straight. Kenwick at 3 straight, Maddington at 2 goals 12, and that was a great play out of the centre. That was on the A to Z sign scoreboard. Sharp kicked it long inside 50. Crumbs come to Hull, and an opportunist goal.
Well, he actually got himself underneath the marking contest there, Tim Hull. He lost sight of the ball, and it's bounced off the pack, and it actually bounced off his head, I think, and he spun around. No one went with him. He snaps on goal with an open forward line, and he's run it through for a great goal.
So accurate kicking here. No behinds have been registered. It's 3 goals Kenwick to Maddington, 2 straight goals. That is on the A to sign scoreboard. Ball back in the middle. Want flew high. Stephan gets the crumb. Got tackled. Just kicked it up in the air. Up and under. No one can get hold of it. Catalano was there. It comes to Davis. Hand pass to Wilkes. He taps it further afield. Still a chance they go. On the outer side of the ground. Gibson kicks down the line. Sets up an opportunity for Adrian Wilkes. Very close to the boundary line. Kicks towards the attacking 50. Trying to dive the mark was Eddie Wilkes. Ball very close to the boundary line. Kenwick can clear here. And a defensive kick back. And the mark's been taken by a player in Craig Thomas. He's got it. He goes across to Oosterberg. Unattended at defensive 40. Runs his full measure. Kicks down towards the wing. And Cook's marked it. Hits the ground running. He takes a bounce. He approaches left half forward. Drop punt inside the attacking 50. And the ball's been turned over. And Valenti is marked at defensive 40 for the Maddington side. He clears now. A defensive kick up towards the wing. An opportunity to mark is Hardy. Dropped the mark. It was a chest one. Matt Kenwick working very close. And we've got a ball up on left centre wing on the Mortgage Choice wing side of John Dunn Oval. 3 goals 18 Kenwick. Maddington are 2 goals 12.
Just next to the Sunday Football League marker down there on this side of the ground, Cameron Palmer has the ball. Played 11 and a half minutes now in this grand final in 2004. Want wins the knock, but knocks it to the advantage of Peak. He couldn't gather. Steffen does some hard bullocking work, gets the ball to Sharp. He's wrapped up in the tackle by Robbie Davis, and the umpire has no option but to say, give it to me, and he'll have a throw up.
Well, boys, if Andrew Catalano was holding the ball a moment ago, that was as cold as you'll ever want to get. That was holding the ball for mine.
Want will do battle here against Harris. Harris, of course, got a terrific leap. He knocks it down. Beautiful knock to Trafella. Trafella grabs it, throws it on the left boot. Leading the race is Valenti, the big rhino from Maddington, and he'll clear it out of there. Big thumping kick down towards the wing. Flying for it is Cook. He goes to one hand. Catalano's there for Maddington. Also there is Thomas for Kenwick. He had the ball, gives it to Perry. Perry gets it, but Pete comes across. Gathering it for Kenwick was Cook. In fact, it is Dwayne Cook, and he was taken high, so he'll take a free kick.
Good decision.
It was a good decision on the Mortgage Choice wing. Cook has it, looks up. Player offering the lead there is Woods. Plenty of Maddington players around the ball. Also there is Sharp. He paddles it to the advantage there for Kenwick of Anderton. Gathering it now is Nicholas Woods. He was wrapped up in the tackle. It went to Wilkes. Wilkes gave it to Want. Want in turn gave it to Gibson. Gibson's had one bounce. He streams through the centre of the ground, draws the player, handballs over the top to Brendan Peake. Brendan Peake kicks towards the top of the square where Carl Hyman is. And the umpire's picked out a free kick. Yes, the player offending there against Hynam. So Hynam will take a free kick at the top of the square.
Well, I'm not sure there was much in that, boys. The two players going for a contested mark, they're both falling over. Terrible decision. It's going to cost them a goal.
Very hot on the whistle at the moment.
Certainly are, and it's going to cost them a goal.
Exerting their control on the game. The A to Z sign says that Maddington are 2 goals straight, 12, and Kenwick are leading by a goal. Carl Hynam will try to rectify that. Has his shot on goal. Straight through the middle. So the A to Z sign scoreboard now reads 3 goals apiece.
Well, I'll just say it again, boys. That was a poor decision there. Two players just jostling for position. They're trying to just use a show of strength, and well, for mine, you just let those go. And plucking out free kicks right on the goal square, well, they really hurt. And, well, that's brought them undone. And just on the free kicks, Kenwick 5 leading Maddington 2, and both those free kicks to Maddington have been goals.
So the ball's been worked back to the middle of the ground. It's all locked on 18 points apiece in this grand final. We've gone 14 minutes. Sunday football. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. It's going to be tossed up. Going up to the right. Watt got the tap away. Still, football spills free. No one can get hold of the football. Stepping in on hard for the Kenwick Royals, and the umpire's going to ball it up alongside the centre circle. So we're just waiting on the umpire to come across to ball it up.
Just a quick Westar rules update. Claremont, we got 2 goals and Swans 2-1.
So a free kick off the play. It's going to go Kenwick's way. Looks as though Cook might come across and get it. No, it's going to come back to Sharp. Les Sharp's got it in the heart of the ground. Goes with distance inside the attacking 50. Oh, up they go. Nearly marked by Irvine, the captain. Ball spills out to the side of the pack. It sets up Adrian Wilkes very close to the boundary line. He gets the kick away, but coming across to intercept it is Craig Thomas for the Kenwick Royals. He switches play, goes back inboard, and Gary Ewan's got it at right centre wing. Left foot kick now, quick to play on, kicks towards the half forward, and Hull's marked it. The tall fellow wearing number 17 on his back now will go with a long penetrating kick towards forward. Woods at the back of the pack. Has taken the mark.
He's made a push.
Oh, he's pushed it. He's going to give it away. And the defensive kicker was a blatant push. He just got rid of his opponent. And Maddington can clear in the defensive zone. A kick out wide towards the scoreboard wing, and the mark on the outer side of the ground has been taken by Want. Leading the ruck work today in the absence of Ugle for the Maddington side. Kicks down the line on the wing, set on the Sunset Surf scoreboard wing. The umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go to Kenwick off the play there, so Thomas has got it. Wants to play on now. They're very anxious to get the ball moving and kick inside the centre square. Hull, but Peake has intercepted, and the captain has marked in the defensive square, or just near centre half back for the Maddington side. Goes with distance now, kicks towards the centre half forward. Catalano, the smallest man on the ground, can get the crumb. He runs to 40, steadies, shoots towards goal. He has slammed it through 3 seconds. A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington the 4 straight. Kenwick 3 straight goals, 16 minutes gone, opening term year in the Sunday Football League Grand Final.
Well, a courageous mark from their skipper there, Jason Peake, just backing into the pack there, took a strong mark, quickly played on, and Andrew Catalano just dropped off the back of the pack there, and they didn't go with him, open forward line, and he just raced away from them and slotted through the easiest of goals, and his second for the afternoon.
Good use of the body there by Catalano. He called for the ball long and high, and used his body, backed his player underneath it, and then ran into what possibly would have been an open goal. Umpire Ray Zock has it in the middle. If you just tuned in, it's Heritage FM Live Sunday League football broadcast Cameron Sprague, Simon Harvey and Tony Davies. The ball goes up, falls into the hands of Wilkes. Wilkes throws it on the boot, kicks down into the forward line. Hynem's in best position now, gathers the ball, breaks through the tackle, has a shot on goal. It looks like it's direct, it looks like it's straight. In fact it is. So another one for the Maddington boys. That's the second to Carl Hynem. On the A to Z scoreboard, that's 5 goals now to Maddington, and Kenwick are just starting to lag behind their 3 goals straight.
Well, great piece of work there from Carl Hynem. He felt the body pressure coming to tackle, and he, as he was picking up the ball, but he didn't go to ground. He just kept pushing the ball forward, kept his feet, and as the tackling player fell away from him, he snapped on goal, and that's a terrific goal. And Carl Hynem has 2, and Maddington are just steadying now and just pulling away slightly as we head towards quarter time.
17.5 minutes gone. Umpire throws the ball up in the middle. It's Harris versus Want. Both battling there, gathered by Stephen. Stephen throws it on the boot. It'll probably advantage Thomas for Kenwick. He handballs over the top in best. Bozzy was peak for Maddington. Thomas will now gather up the crumb. They're heading towards the boundary line. In fact, it's gone over right in front of the A to Z sign scoreboard. The boundary umpire will prepare himself to throw the ball in. Maddington 5 goals straight 30. Kenwick 3 goals straight 18. So a 2-goal buffer. Boundary umpire throws it in. Want versus Harris. Coming across in front was Peake, but it fell in the hands of Thomas for Kenwick. He handballs in turn out wide to Anderton. Anderton soccers it to the advantage of Woods. Umpires picked out a free kick to Woods because he was grabbed when he didn't have it. So he'll take the free kick right over there on the Sunset Surf wing. Lindsay Woods looking upfield, going towards Ewan, but in best position is Hull. He's been doing some terrific work down there in the forward line. Takes a strong overhead mark.
Got a great vertical leap on him too.
Terrific kick also looking for Woods. Flying from behind was Cook for Maddington. Couldn't take the mark. A pack develops. Plenty of players around the ball. Thumping it out was Trefella. Hopefully assisting Hewitt for Kenwick. He gathers the ball now. He's tackled. Goes to Woods. Woods has a shot with a banana kick. And he's kicked it through. So that's his 3rd, Nicholas Woods. He's very dangerous in this first quarter. The A to Z sign scoreboard. Kenwick are now 4 goals straight. No behinds yet. Maddington are 5 goals straight 30.
Well, boys, that was terrific work there from Jeremy Anderton. He just kept knocking the ball forward. He felt the pressure from behind. Didn't try and take the ball, just pushing it along in front. Nicholas Woods just running onto it. And I noticed there too, whenever Nicholas Woods is flying, there's 2 defenders going with him. Ray Irvine's only got the 1, but very, very dangerous. So Nicholas Woods, he's got 3 and he's away.
Well, 3 goals inside 19 minutes is a fantastic effort. We touched on it last week in our post-match wrap-up of the game, and as we spoke to the coach Gavin Handley, Nicholas Wood is going to be the key this afternoon as far as Kenwick are concerned, because he's a terrific player. Ball's worked back to the middle. Harris opposed by a centre square infringement has taken place. It's going to go Maddington's way, and tracking the football will be Eddie Wilkes. Actually, it's going to come back, in fact, to Nathan Want, the ruckman. The leading ruckman this afternoon will take the kick for Maddington. They've been very good early here. Goes with a long, high kick towards the centre half forward position. Nesta players when Osterberger's there. Goal scoring opportunity. He comes to a player, and Brendan Peake still works. A kick back inside 50. Oh, Catalano got his head written off and will get the free kick. And boy, this fellow, probably the smallest man on the ground this afternoon, will take the resulting kick, or has the ball gone out of play? Yes, he will. So Catalano's kicked 2 goals in this first quarter of football, and he just proves to be, when the ball's at ground, very, very dangerous. As he plays on, kicks around the corner, goes bang, and he's kicked 3. 20 minutes have gone in the opening quarter. A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington are 5 goals straight. Kenwick are 4 straight. No points being kicked. Actually, correction, 6 goals to 4. So Maddington are 6 goals. Kenwick are 4 goals. 20 minutes gone, and boy, I don't think we've ever seen a first quarter without any points being kicked.
And Andrew Catalano a bit lucky there, boys. He ducked his head, but that's the rule.
10 goals in the first quarter. An absolutely fantastic start for the Sunday League Grand Final. Umpire Ray Zock has the ball in the middle, throws it up. Want will do battle against Harris. Want wins it. Here for Maddington is Wilkes. He couldn't get a kick away. Stephen comes in courageously, grabs the ball, gets a handball over the top to Lindsay Woods. He throws it on the boot. Player fell over there in Les Sharp. Gathering it is Trefella for Kenwick. Beautiful left foot kick out wide towards Nagel. Over the back is Hull. He's gathered it now just inside the centre square. Kicks up towards Ewan, but stepping in front of him was Jeremy Anderton, and he's taken a mark about 45 metres out from goals.
Just before he shoots on goal, boys, free kick stats, Kenwick 7, Maddington 5, but Maddington have kicked 3 goals from their free kicks.
Big ruckman Nathan Want just coming off the ground now, making his way, and he'll be replaced by Craig Anderson as Jeremy Anderton for Kenwick. The number 3 will be looking to bring up the 5th for the Royals. Played 21.5 minutes. Anderson coming in quite deliberately. Shot on goal. Looking like it's on track, but stepping in front, knocking the ball over the goal line for a behind. Was number 18 for Maddington in Cook, Brett Cook.
Just a change, boys. Coming onto the ground for Maddington is Craig Anderson, and having a spell is Nathan Want.
So the first behind on the scoreboard, the A to Z signed scoreboard's now Maddington 6 goals straight 36, and Kenwick 4 goals 125 as the big fella Valenti kicks long inside into the centre square, and a beautiful mark there by the skipper in Peak. He has it now. Looking upfield, has a lead on offer by his brother Brendan, and he takes a strong mark in front of Thomas. Quickly plays on. Trent Harding's on the lead. Can't take the mark. Good bustling work there by Osterberg. Turns around, backs it up. Tackled by Catalano. Also there for Kenwick was Atkinson. Soccer the ball off the ground. It's in the arms of the very dangerous Robbie Davis. He handballs over the top to Catalano. Catalano's wrapped up in the tackle, and the umpire paid the push. So Andrew Catalano will have another free kick just on the 50-metre arc.
Unlucky, but the kick was there.
Definitely there. So Andrew Catalano's kick 3. He'll be kicking from about 50. Creative work there by Robbie Davis, starting to get himself into the play as the coach, Trent Harding, comes away. Brendan Peake's got it now. Handball from Catalano. Kicks towards the top of the square. Lurking at the backs. Fitzgerald couldn't take the mark. Thumping it clear was Thomas for Kenwick, and he sees the ball over the boundary line right next to the behind post.
So we've got a boundary throw in. 23 minutes have gone. We're approaching the quarter-time break here. 6 goals straight, Maddington 36. Kenwick a 4-1-25. It's been a very good opening first quarter. As Harris goes over to do the ruck work, nearly taking full possession was a player in Anderson. It spills free. It's right in front of the goal face for Maddington. Dangerous times. Picking up the football and kicking is Brendan Peake. Kicks long towards full forward. Nearly almost been kicked out of bounds on the full. It's going to go back to Kenwick, and the free kick to be taken by Prue. He's just behind the left-hand behind post defensively for the Kenwick Royals. He kicks now down towards our broadcast position. Thomas is the man there. Players crash the pack. Cooking first can get the crumb. He shrugs a tackle, runs around in an arc. A short kick further down the line. Oh, and the mark that he should have taken was Harris. Spills free, and umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go Kenwick's way.
Oh, lucky not to have it reversed there.
Interesting. So it's back to Harris, back to Robbie Stephen now. A defensive 60, kicks down towards the members' wing. Up they go. A mark's been taken by player Nagel, feeds it off to Anderson. Good play. He shrugs the tackle. A kick inside the 50. Up they go. No mark taken. Defensively wrapped up. There's a player in Hendricks for Maddington. Pack is formed. And we've got a ball up just outside the attacking 50 for Kenwick. They're kicking to the Perth Powder Goaters end of the ground in this first quarter. So waiting for the ball up to take place. As I said, approaching quarter time. Maddington hold the lead. Hull's going to do the ruckwick on this occasion. Maddington win it away. Good play by Gibson. A kick smothered. Its ball spills free. Anderton overran the football. Wilkes working well. Kicks it back in foot. It comes to Gibson. Picks the football up at a defensive 50. A kick out wide. Oh, he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. And Robbie Steffen for Kenwick will take the resulting kick back in play. So Steffen's got it. Looking for another forward sortie and maybe another goal before quarter time to peg back the lead. A 50-metre penalty, a bit off the play there, Davo.
No, the umpire there was just warning the skipper there, Jason Peake. He asked him 3 times to come back and he heard him and he just ignored him. So he's played the 50 metres and that's fair enough.
So the umpires are very hot today as far as decisions go. It's gone both ways. So Robbie Steffen's got it. Been a very good player all year for the Kenwick Royals. A trusty defender. He's having a bit of a spell up on the forward line now. He will kick from about 48 metres out from goal. Distance might pose a problem here. Now goes with long kicking, magnificent kick that'll just fall short of the square. Up they go, it's been forced through for the minor score. A to Z signed scoreboard. Kenwick go to 4 goals, 2-26. Maddington a 6 straight 36. 25 minutes gone. Opening quarter Sunday Football League Grand Final.
Peter Valenti, the man they call Rhino, kicks it in now. Finds a teammate in Henschel. Henschel quickly plays on, kicks long towards Catalano. He read it best and took a strong chest mark inside the centre square. Quickly plays on. He has Carl Hynam offering a lead for him in just down towards the 50-metre arc. Hynam has it now. Thumps the ball inside 50 for his team. Leading the race will be Thomas for Kenwick. He gathers it. Handballs to his own advantage. Stepping across in front was Gilliland for Maddington. Reynolds is there also and Brendan Peake. He's wrapped up in a tackle right over the boundary line, and the umpire will call on the boundary umpire there to throw the ball in. We've played 26 minutes in this first quarter. It's currently Maddington by 10 points. Ball comes back in. Anderson's there against Harris. Over the back was Sharp. He gathered it beautifully. Turn of pace and delivers the ball beautifully to Lindsay Woods. Woods has it. Quick kick on play. He has free in Robbie Steffen through the centre of the ground. He quickly plays on, kicks towards Hull. There's some bustling work there by Mallard, and he takes a strong chest mark in the defensive 50. Shane Mallard, playing his 100th game today, quickly plays on and kicks out wide to Wilkes. Player there is Adrian Wilkes. He has it now. He just holds it up for a moment, looking for the perfect lead, and he gets it now by Robbie Davis. Davis can't get possession of the ball. In fact, it's come to Osterberg. Osterberg releases Ewan. Ewan dodges one tackle onto his left boot, looking for Hull. The pack's going to form around him. He paddles the ball in front to Trafella, but winning the ball or paddling it to their advantage for Maddington there is Hendricks. Knocks the ball out wide to his vice-captain in Reynolds. Reynolds quickly gathers it and gives it to Gilliland. Gilliland's just outside 50 now, goes short. The ball's touched, called play on. Handball back to Reynolds. We're now inside the 50 for Maddington. Brendan Peaks there. Handballs the ball back to Gilliland. Gilliland throws it on the boot, but it's all Kenwick, and leading the race will be Andrew Thomas. He has it now, kicks short towards Steffen, and Robbie Steffen takes a strong mark, opposed there by Catalano. Comes out wide, the ball skewed off the boot. But gathering it inside the boundary line for Kenwick is Lee Nagel. Has plenty of time. Kicks the ball to Harris. Harris running down the Mortgage Choice wing. It's Maddington by 10 points. Hull can't take the mark. In front's Lindsay Woods. Kenwick are building here. He goes right across the ground and he finds Les Sharp. Danger signs for Maddington. Out wide he had Woods. Umpire's picked out a free kick. In fact, he's paid a 50-metre.
He ran over the mark.
Sharp hadn't played on, and the player there, the offending player from Maddington in Robbie Davis, went over the mark, and that'll set up a direct shot for Les Sharp going into goal. So, possibly Robbie Davis felt that Sharp had played on, so he moved forward. The umpire picked out that he hadn't in fact called play on, so a 50-metre penalty resulting, and it'll be Les Sharp having a shot from directly in front. He's a beautiful kick, we know that. Just about right this one in for him. Played 28.5 minutes in this first quarter. Les Sharp, quite deliberate. 3 or 4 blokes on the mark. Shot on goal, gun barrel straight. That's his first, Les Sharp. It's Kenwick's 5th. They're 5 goals 2 now, 32. 4 points behind on the A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington are 6 goals straight in this first quarter on Heritage FM 107.3.
Well, boys, Maddington have only got themselves to blame. They were dominating the possession down here and they were fiddling around with it. And instead of going long, Luke Gilliland, not blaming Luke Gilliland here, but Luke Gilliland had a couple of opportunities to kick long and they fiddled around. Kenwick steadied, ran it through the middle of the ground, run it up quickly there and shot on goal. Well, they should have had a goal themselves, Maddington.
Ball back in the middle. Harris to do the ruck work as far as Kenwick is concerned. Opposing him was a player in Anderson. Either can win the tap away. Sharp's in the van, but Maddington can clear. Good play out of the middle. Kick towards the half forward, attacking 50. Out in front, still a chance. All good defensive play. Crashing and passionate comes to Nagel. A matter of fact, it was Trafella. Gets roped up in a tackle. Hand pass back to Cook. Steffen's there. Intercepting was Peak. As the siren sounds, first quarter is over here at the John Dunn Oval, and Maddington lead by 4 points. A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington 6 straight 36, accurate kicking. Kenwick a 5-2-32, a margin there of 4 points. We'll take a short break and come back with Tony Davies, goal kickers and better players in the Sunday Football League Grand Final. Stick around, back with more right after this.
So just over at Maddington, Trent Harding's told them to be ultra disciplined. It's a grand final. He's told them now they've just got to steady the ship. They're definitely not resting on their laurels. He's told them that they had the wind in that quarter and he would have been very disappointed if they weren't in front.
Terrific, Braden. Braden Quartermain doing the huddle updates throughout the afternoon. Tony.
Just to update, boys, in the WAFL, the preliminary final this afternoon, the Claremont Tigers at quarter time, they are leading Swan Districts 7 goals 3 to 2 goals 1.
Thank you very much to the Swan Brewery for sponsoring that first quarter. This second quarter will be brought to us by Prosser Toyota. And there's a little bit going on in the middle of the grounds. We wait for our supporters to come off after that quarter-time break.
Actually, sorry to interrupt, tipped the Swannies too to beat Claremont this afternoon, and good old Pill Thunder won the Colts, so they're through the grand final as well next weekend.
Well done to the Thunder.
And it looks like Gavin Hanley has said about rectifying that three-goal burst in the first quarter by Andrew Catalano. Looks like he's put Ben Ranstead on him to follow.
All free kicks too, boys. Just to note that Andrew Catalano, all goals were from free kicks.
I definitely want to tighten up on the little man there, getting away from him.
Just a very slippery customer. He just gets in and underneath there, and that's his job, and he's doing it well at the moment.
Yes, it's an advantage being small, I suppose. You get to play in front, and you'll often get shoved in the back. But 3 goals to Andrew Catalano in the first quarter. Second quarter underway, brought to us by Prosser Toyota. Cameron Palmer throws the ball in the air. David Harris leaps over the top of one, gets the ball down, and it falls into the hands of Renstead. Kenwick taking the attacking part of this first quarter. Goes to Hull, inside 50, goes one way, then back the other to the 3-goal scorer in Nicholas Woods. Has a shot on goal. Is it coming back? What a tremendous goal by Nicholas Woods. That's his fourth. We've played 22 seconds in this second quarter, and Kenwick have registered their sixth goal. The A to Z signed scoreboard. Kenwick 6 goals, 2-38. Maddington 6 goals straight.
Well, boys, very, very quick transfer of the ball out of the middle there. And one of the players who's been very, very impressive today was Tim Hull. If he can't take a mark, he brings the ball to ground. He did beautifully there. He saw Nicholas Woods on his inside, and not only has Nicholas Woods kicked one of the goals of the day, that was one of the goals of the season. A terrific goal from Nicholas Woods, and he has 4, and he's on fire.
Ben Randstead going straight to Catalano there and telling him about that one.
Absolutely. Woods has 4, and that is a superb effort, and that goal will go down as one of the biggest goals in grand finals. Want the tap away. Stephen can get the crumb for Kenwick. He hooks it back towards the centre half forward position. Players go up at the back of the pack is Anderson for Maddington. Couldn't get the spoil away. Umpires picked out a free kick for a throw, and it's going to go back to Gibson. In fact, yes, Gibson, so defensively, it's coming back. Or Catalano might get it. Actually, Catalano, the smallest man out there, is going to take the free kick at right half back for Maddington. They're kicking to the Perth Powder Coaters end of the ground. Kicks up towards the attacking 50. Still a chance for Thomas for Kenwick. Been very good defender all year for Kenwick. Kicks down the line. Anderton's in the van. Can't mark the football. Front and square. Players lurking. Comes back to Anderton. Left foot kick inside 50. Hull takes a diving attempt. It didn't come off. Anderton roving the play. Back to Nagel. Good play on the outer side of the ground. In fact, it was Trafella very close to the boundary line, and we've got a boundary throw in to take place just outside the attacking 50 for the Kenwick side. Kenwick kicking to the DVG Maddington end of the ground. Thanks very much for our sponsorship, as well as Prosser Toyota sponsoring this second quarter. It's 2 minutes old. Boundary throw in. Hull to do the ruck work for Kenwick. He tapped it away. Davis is there. The very slick number 1 player for Maddington kicks it down the line towards the half forward position, but Thomas, very good play, a reliable defender, positioned himself for Kenwick and has marked the football on the outer side of the ground. Oh, it's a disappointing kick. It's come off Ben Henshaw's knees for Maddington. Getting the crumbs is Ewan. Hand pass back to Cook. He's at left centre wing. Back to Harris. Good play. Still a chance they go. Umpires picked out a free kick. So they go Maddington's way for over the shoulder and a kick to be taken away. Good play by Peake. He's got it now. Goes towards Catalano, right half forward. Or he can get hold of the kick here. Very close to the boundary line. Drills the pass in. And the mark's been taken by Gilliland. He's 45 metres out from goal. Sweeping hand pass. Catalano put him under all sorts of pressure. It was a disappointing move on the end of the ground. Plums to Hynham. It comes back. Good play. Eddie Wells to go bang. And Maddington have their 7th. Accurate kicking. Maddington go to 7 straight. Kenwick a 6-2, 3 minutes are gone, and that is on the A to Z signed scoreboard. Tony Davies, they harassed and harassed and harassed. Nearly a turnover, but they butted up again with numbers, and a good goal kicked in the end.
Well, you stole my thunder, Cam, because that's exactly what they did. They were fiddling around there. It was a dangerous hand pass from Luke Gilliland, which put Andrew Catalano under a mountain of pressure. But he had plenty of support there from Wilkes, who was running through, and he's kicked a great goal. And just some stats here, boys. I know you love my stats. Apparently the gate people are saying there are at least 5,000 people at the ground today.
Fantastic. Plenty of supporters here. They're starting to get vocal in this second quarter, brought to us by Prosser Toyota. Of course, don't forget at half-time we hope to have the Colts umpire Patricia Trowbridge in for an interview. The ball's been thrown up. It falls to the advantage of Cook for Kenwick. Handball's out wide to Anderton. He gathers it now. Is forced to snap the ball around the corner, looking for Sharp. Also there was Favazzo for Maddington, and he'll take a free kick. One over the shoulder there. Tony Favazzo kicks out wide, but it's gone straight to Cook for Kenwick. In fact, it's Lindsay Woods. He's marked it on the wing. Kicks over the top to the advantage of Les Sharp. He'll run onto it now. Has it. Gathers. Kicks towards Ewan. Stepping across was Valenti. Ewan bustles his way through. Favazzo's there for Maddington. He handballs over the top looking for Davis, but coming through was Nicholas Woods. He's kicked 4 already. He's handballed to no one in particular. Mallard's there for Maddington. Clearing kick, but it looks like it'll go. Oh, lovely. Courageous work there by Adrian Wilkes for Maddington. Took the mark, kicked in board, found Brad Reynolds, his vice-captain. He's handballed to Want. Want gets the handball out wide and has found Wilkes. Wilkes has the ball on the Mortgage Choice wing. Kicks upfield towards Hynham, was disposed of after he kicked it.
Boys, Shane Mallard's in big trouble behind play. Had a big hit from Nicholas Woods and he's in big trouble.
Hynham kicking the ball down towards Fitzgerald. The ball's gone over the back. Fitzgerald kicks the ball along the ground. It came back beautifully. Mark Fitzgerald, he's got Maddington's 8. It's his first. The big full forward has kicked one. A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington 8 goals straight, 48. Kenwick 6 goals, 38.
Well, boys, I won't talk about that goal. I was watching the play there when Nicholas Woods just went crashing through, and he took out Shane Mallard, and he is in a heap of trouble and a heap of pain. It looks like he might have done his right knee, and as soon as he got hit, he grabbed for it, and he's coming from the ground now, and he's a big out for them. Fitzgerald, with his first possession, kicks his first goal, and coming on there for Mallard will be Gerard Gibson. That's a big loss for them.
So ball back to centre field. Want will do the ruck work as far as Maddington is concerned. It's back in the middle. It's a 10-point lead, 48 to 38. The Maddington Bulls on top in this second quarter. Harris over the top for Kenwick. Ball spills to Gilliland. He got a Captain Cook on it, but he got football away. Hand pass backwards. Sets up an opportunity for Anderson in the defence's edge of the centre square. Kicks down towards the right half forward position. And Brendan Peake, being likely in this opening half of football, kicks inside the 50. Up high was Ewan for Kenwick. Couldn't mark the football. It spills free to centre half forward. Umpires picked out a free kick, held without possession, and the player in Jason Peake, the skipper of Maddington, will take the kick away at centre half forward, just outside the attacking 50. Well, distance will pose a problem in this kicking at goal here. Perth Powder Coat has entered the ground, the northern end of John Dunn Oval, in bright sunny conditions. A crowd of about 1,800 to 2,000 people for this grand final clash. He goes with a long, penetrating kick. Has it got the distance? They'll set in the square. Wilkes flew high, couldn't mark the football. It's been forced through for the minus score. A to Z sign scoreboard. Kenwick 6 goals 2, Maddington 8 goal 1. That is the first behind. It's the second minute of the second quarter. So that's the situation. 5-point lead in favour of the Maddington Bulls.
Les Sharp brings the ball in with a thumping kick. That'll go about 60 metres. Looking for Thomas. Plenty of Maddington players around the ball. Throwing out a leg there was Steppen. And the free kick will go to Wilkes. Wilkes has it now. Sets the ball up for Fitzgerald. Needs some bustling work, but a beautifully strong mark there. Taken by Daniel Atkinson for Kenwick. He quickly plays on, but he's copped it up, kicking towards Peake. Peake has it, gives the ball off to Wilkes. Wilkes has a number of players free, including Robbie Davis, and he takes a chest mark against Les Sharp. They're about 45 metres out from goal. The angle's about 45 degrees. We've played 7.5 minutes. Maddington starting to exert their ascendancy on this game.
Boys, just on that decision there, that legging decision, the player stuck his leg out and he's only been given a free kick. He should be on report. You're sticking your leg out there. Lucky to get away with it.
Approximately 5,000 people, we believe, here at the ground. John Dunn Oval. Robbie Davis has the ball, having a shot on goal. Yet to kick a goal in this grand final. Comes in deliberately now. Les Sharp on the mark, trying to put him off. He sets it out towards the right. It's not coming back. Flying from behind, taking a terrific mark. Big, strong chest mark there. Eddie Wilkes. What a terrific leap. He set himself for the ride. Got the ride and took a terrific chest mark. I'd love to see that one on the replay. Wilkes it is. He's going to go the banana. Sets it out. Comes back. They're clapping behind the goals. He's happy with it. The goal umpire's happy with it. That's his second. Eddie Wilkes has kicked 2. Maddington have kicked 9. And the A to Z sign scoreboard, 9 goals, 1, 55 to Kenwick 6 to 38.
Well, dangerous signs there, boys. Robbie Davis just slowly starting to work his game, working himself into the game. And Eddie Wilkes, well, he promised to try and take mark of the year in the second semi-final. Well, he's done it today. He's got a huge leap and fantastic grab in the goal square. Just a change too, boys, there. Ben Ransted for Kenwick has come off, and David Irvine for the Kenwick Royals has come onto the ground.
So the rotational changes from both respective coaches are starting to happen here. We've gone 8 minutes in the second term. This quarter brought to you by Prosser Toyota. Ball's back, work back to the middle of the ground. Wanton Harris will go at it at the heart of the ground. Harris got the better of the Sharp, can get hold of the crumb. He crashes through the pack, kicks towards the attacking 50. Up they go, and a mark's been taken by Hull. Good mark over Cook. Hull, he's a high leaping player and been terrific in the early stages of this match. So Tim Hull's got it for the Kenwick side. We'll be kicking to the DVG Maddington end of the ground, which is the southern end of John Dunn Oval. He's just, every time I've seen Kenwick play this year, he's been a terrific player, and I think he's certainly could play waffle football. There's no question about that. A very excitable player as Hull, a deliberate approach, kicks long and high. He's got 2. He's nailed it. Great kicking. Kenwick go to 7 goals 2. Maddington a 9-1-55. That is on the A to Z side scoreboard. We've gone 9 minutes second term here.
Well, the beauty, boys, about Tim Hull, he's just a moving target and he presents himself every time to the contest. And just to note there, Les Sharp getting into the game. charging through the middle there. The players stayed off him, but he's got pace to burn, Les Sharp. And, well, when you've got an abundance of that, you're very, very hard to get hold of. And terrific play from him there.
He proved it last week. Had 28 touches,
Yes.
2 goals, 2. Best on ground last week, so Sharp, they need more out of him.
Certainly do.
Ray Zock, umpire Ray Zock throws the ball up. It favours Want. He paddles it back, but it's in the hands of that man Sharp. Throws it on the boot. Jeremy Anderton takes a strong mark inside 50, and he has it now. Looks up, has a player on lead. It's Nicholas Woods raging through, but couldn't take the mark. Over the back was Cook for Maddington. Gets the handball to Henschel. The old 1-2 back to Cook. Cook on the left boot looking for Wilkes. Wilkes couldn't take the mark. Lindsay Woods is lurking. Got a nice give from Harris. Throws it on the left boot. Sharp is out wide, but it looks like the ball will beat him over the boundary line, just inside the forward 50 for Kenwick.
Doesn't Nicholas Woods look dangerous when he comes charging out, boys? Once he gets a full head of steam up, I wouldn't like to be in his way.
He hits the packs hard.
He
and
does.
He's such a strong play. He's their man today.
Les Sharp starting to get a bit more of the ball. As the boundary umpire throws it in, Want versus Hull. Hull's in front, punches it towards his goal. Steffen's there, Catalano's there for Maddington. He has it now. Handball's out wide towards Wilkes. The old 1-2 back to Catalano. Throws it on the left boot. Adrian Wilkes is there. He's wrapped up in the tackle by Woods, but it's gone to Brendan Peake. Kicks in board looking for Gilliland. And Gilliland has it now. Takes the mark in front of Atkinson for Kenwick. He's on the Mortgage Choice wing. Looks up, kicks up and under towards Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald doing some bustling work. The umpire's picked out a free kick, and it'll go to Jeff Prue for Kenwick. In fact, it's gone to Thomas. Andrew Thomas has it on the left boot, goes out wide where he finds Jeremy Anderton free on the Sunset Surf wing. Thank you to them for their sponsorship. Plenty of leads on offer down the ground. Hasn't found the one that he likes most. Plenty of players around. Maddington are manning up, man to man now. Anderson goes long, looking for Hull, uses his body, gets Cook out of the way. Over the back there for Maddington. It goes back to Trafella. He handballs the ball along the ground to Hewitt. Hewitt first kick for the game. Kicks to Woods. Woods didn't take the mark, but he's gathered it. Goes one way, then the other. Beautiful give to Tim Hull. Hull has a shot on goal. He likes it. The goal umpire likes it. That's free for Tim Hull. Kenwick are coming back. The A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington 9-1-55. Kenwick 8 goals 250.
Well, boys, Brett Cook on the outer side. Bit unlucky not to get a free kick there for a push in the back, but the ball was turned over quickly by Kenwick. And there's those two players we speak of again. Tim Hull getting involved, and out comes the rampaging Nicholas Woods. And, well, he just hangs on the ball long enough, and the players, they stay off him until he gets his hands free, gets it out to Tim Hull, and he's kicked his third. Great work from Tim Hull.
So the margin's been worked back to 5 points. Kenwick are closing. We're halfway through this quarter. It's 12 minutes in this second term Sunday Football League action. Up they go. Want wins it, palmed down by Davis. He gets the clearance away. Kicks towards the attacking 50. His intended target was Hynham. It spills to the back of the pack. He can rove back on the football. He dives back on it. Osterberg in defence. He paddles it out. It comes as far as Thomas. Picking up the football is Catalano. Kicks towards the full forward. And Fitzgerald has come out and taken the mark. Well, he's already kicked 1 goal in this second quarter, and now has an opportunity to kick for his second, and he's kicking to the Perth Powder end of the ground. Fitzgerald's got it. He's had a terrific season all year. He's the number 1 man in full forward. Is Mark Fitzgerald. Will kick to the northern end of the ground. Deliberate approach. Straight through. He's kicked 2. Maddington hit back. Maddington go to 10 goals 1. Kenwick 8-2-50. 11-point margin. We've clocked on 13 minutes of play in the second term.
Well, danger signs there when the Maddington Bulls get the ball forward quickly, because the big man himself, Mark Fitzgerald, big, strong boy, and if he can go one-on-one, well, 9 out of 10, he's going to outmark his opponent. He's just way too strong there at the moment for Jeff Prue, but he's probably the only opponent, other than maybe Nicholas Woods, with body strength that can go with him. And, well, if Mark Fitzgerald gets away, I think you'll see a change very, very quickly. But you're almost going to rob Peter to pay Paul to do it.
They have to, but they have to keep making those changes. If they leave it as it is, he'll just sneak away and kick more and more goals. Ball's been worked back to the middle. Harris and Want will go at it in the centre of the ground. Harris up, Want got the better of it. Sharp gets the crumb. Very familiar scenes this. Kicks inside the attacking 50. The mark's been taken by Hewitt. Swings around. Snaps towards full 40s offline, the vice-captain. Actually put it out of bounds on the full.
Just had a little bit more time there, the vice-captain, Tom Hewitt.
He did, so it's 10-1-61. Kenwick are 8-2-60. 11-point margin, that is on the A to Z sign scoreboard.
Tony Vivazzo, the player with the ball now. Right full back pocket for Maddington. Kicks up over the 50-metre arc. Flying for it, and in front was Wilkes. Took a nice strong mark there. Adrian Wilkes, that is. Has the ball now as the wind starts to gust a little bit. Wilkes kicks up towards the wing. Flying for it was Anderson. He couldn't take the mark. Sharp's there lurking. Osterberg's there and Want's there, but the umpire's picked out a free kick. Kenwick play on through Les Sharp. He sharked it. He kicks towards Nicholas Woods using his body. Favazzo was there and did the better of the two, and the ball will go over the boundary line right next to that behind post. So Tony Favazzo in the thick of it now up against Nicholas Woods.
Not a good decision there, halves. That decision there, that holding decision, it should have been just play on.
Yes, down here in front of us, that one, the boundary umpire has it now. Brett Cook will do battle against Hull. Nice and tight in the thick of it here. Hull paddles the ball down forward. Trefella's there for Kenwick. He paddles it to the advantage of Sharp. Sharp had to go back into trouble. Trefella's there now. Can't get the ball out of the pack, and the umpire will throw it up. 2 metres in from the boundary line, right next door to the 50-metre arc. We've played 15 and a half minutes in this second quarter. Brought to us by Prosser Toyota. It's Maddington by 11 points. Cameron Palmer throws the ball up. Harris flies, paddles it down in front. Sharp's there, Trefella's there, Hewitt's there. Gathering it now is Gibson. Gives off to Want, and Want sockers or kicks the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have another throw in right in front of the bouncy castle. The kids are going nuts.
Boys, just some news on Shane Mallard for any friends and family who are listening. He's come off with that knee injury. We've tried to get an update. They won't tell us exactly what's wrong with him, but they are working on him, so they must think he's a chance to come back. But at the moment, he seems okay.
Boundary umpire throws it in. Harris versus Want. Harris is in best position. Paddles it towards Devine. Devine handballs into open space, then charges after it. He has it now. Kicks his kick before slipping over. Woods is there. Woods has got it. Wrapped up in the tackle by Favazzo. Crowd yells ball. The umpire says no. Kick away down to Catalano. He has a mark. Runs on into the centre square now. Andrew Catalano kicked over the top, but stepping in front was Lindsay Woods. Quickly got his kick away down the ground to where Ray Irvine, he's well out of his range, right in front of the commentary box. Maddington is still leading by 11 points. The skipper for Kenwick, Ray Irvine, has it. Goes short and sharp and finds Robbie Steffen in the middle of the ground. Steffen plays on, but he's tackled by Catalano. Catalano, nice give to Peake. Skipper Jason Peake runs away with it, kicks out wide, sets up Eddie Wilkes. Eddie Wilkes leads the race against Atkinson. Wilkes is paddling it, paddles it backwards, but behind him is Craig Thomas for Kenwick, and he has a clearing kick down the ground towards Dwayne Cook. It's pretty fast action here at John Dunn Oval. Maddington leading by 11 points. Cook kicks the ball towards Trefella. Les Sharp's there, bundled out of it. Coming through was Hewitt, the vice-captain. Throws it on his left foot. He's got Hull free. Hull takes a chest mark in the full-forward pocket, about 20 metres out from goals. I suppose you could say Valenti got sucked up the ground a little bit there.
And very, very clever kick there from Todd Hewitt. Learn after that last one where he blazed away, but this time he looked up and he saw the man down there, Tim Hull.
For Tim Hull, he's already kicked 3, kicked 2 in this second quarter. The big man comes in now. Deliberate shot on goal. The umpire moves to his right, but comes back to the centre. That's 4 for Tim Hull. The A to Z signed scoreboard. Maddington 10 goals, 161. Kenwick 9 goals, 2. 56.
Just you mentioned there, halves, that Ray Irvine, the skipper, has started to come up the ground. I think it's a good move for him to drift up the ground. Nicholas Woods is on fire. Get him up and get him into the play. Get his confidence going. And speaking of confidence, Tim Hull on fire with 4 goals. Terrific work from him there. He's posing plenty of headaches there for Trent Harding.
So the margin's been worked back to 5 points. We're clocked on 18 minutes of play. Sunday Football League Grand Final. I hope you're enjoying it. It's tossed up. It's a high throw up. Want won the tap away for Maddington. Working hard on the football is Peake, the captain. He kicks towards the commentary wing. Sets up an opportunity for a player in Wilkes working at the back at the bottom of the pack. He tracks the football, but it comes back to a player in Irvine, the captain. What's the umpire do? It's because he stepped his foot out. It's gone out of bounds. Got a boundary throw in before Kenwick are about to run away with the football. So we've got a boundary throw in to take place. Coming across to do the ruck work is Want for Maddington, opposed by Harris. Want is trying to work front spot. He gets front spot, taps it away into the path of Lindsay Woods. Meeting the football is Peake. It comes back to Thomas, who got a high tackle. Umpire saw it. Advantage call. Play on. Sets up a play. Good play by Harris. Kicks towards the attacking 50. It's a high ball. Hull up. Couldn't mark the football. Work lurking is Trefella. Defensively, good play. Favazzo's there. It comes back to Sharp. He's got a bit of time and space. Nearly got his head ripped off, but Maddington can clear. Catalano in the centre of the ground. He kicks all across the ground, backwards in fact. Clever. And the player is marked it as Reynolds. Kicks down the line. Adrian Wilkes is there, working at half or jostling for position. He traps the football, dives. Catalano in there also for for the Maddington side. Still working, good play, kicks around the ground, but meeting the football is a player in Thomas. He's at left half back, kicks it down the line. On the end of this one is Anderton. He's on the Sunset Surf scoreboard wing, kicks inside towards the more central location, and Harris's mark gives it across to a player in Woods, kicks it up towards the attacking 50. In front is Irvine, can't mark the football. Wilkes is there, one-on-one. It's a good wrestle. He kicks it up towards the commentary wing and bounces once. Players can work here, but Kenwick have got numbers. Good play by Lindsay Woods. He gets tackled. Holding the ball, says the umpire, had prior opportunity, and to come away with the football is Adrian Wilkes for Maddington. Doesn't waste any time. We're approaching half-time. Kicks up towards this edge of the centre square, stepping in the van. Overrunning the football was a Maddington player, Sharp. He can get the crumb. Loose ball, hand pass to Stephen at centre half forward. Kicks inside the attacking 50. And a Kenwick player has marked it. A kick towards full forward and Hull is marked. He received the kick, I think it was from not Trefella, Nagel in fact, on the outer side of the ground, and Timmy Hull. He's kicked 4 goals this afternoon, Davo, and he is a live wire up forward.
And funnily enough, well, not funny if you're a Maddington supporter, they're staying off him. They're just giving him so much room up forward.
He's
believe it.
Kicking to the DVG Maddington end of the ground. 20 minutes have gone. Hull going for 5. Point blank range. Straight through the middle. Sensational play by him. Maddington 10-1-61. Kenwick a 10-2-62. Kenwick have hit the lead by 1 point, and that is on the A to Z side scoreboard.
Well, boys, some power work there being done by Adrian Wilkes. He was in that contest with Ray Irvine. He put the tackle on the outer side here, and his teammates just need to go with him and give him support, because at the moment, there's just too few doing too much work at the moment. And, well, the Kenwick boys, they've got their tails up, and why wouldn't you if you're kicking it down to Nicholas Woods and Tim Hull?
21.5 minutes gone in the second quarter, brought to us by Prosser Toyota. Umpire has the ball in the middle of the ground, throws it up. It's Kenwick by a point. Harris throws it down the throat of Stephen. He was quickly wrapped up in the tackle. Peaks there. Handball's off to Anderson. Anderson for Maddington, kicking inside 50. Fitzgerald's lurking. Strong mark in front. Umpire didn't pay it. Play on. Fitzgerald gathers. Handball's out wide to Peak. Peak gives one over the top to Hynam. Hynam has a shot on goal. He's just wide, just to the right, Carl Hynam. So registers are behind. The scores are level. 10 goals, 2 apiece. 62 on the A to Z sign scoreboard. 22 minutes gone in this second quarter. Jeff Prue will bring the ball back for Kenwick as that player there in Hendricks comes off for Maddington, replaced by Thowles, his first run in the day. So Prue kicks the ball out wide to where Dwayne Cook runs onto it. Harassed there by Reynolds. Reynolds got the ball to Peak. Peak gave it back there to Satterwaite. Is it on the left boot? Kicks towards Hynam. Over the back is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald has it now. Breaks through the tackle. Ball bumbles out. He doesn't grab possession. Kenwick have it now close to the boundary line, and the umpire sees it. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. Oh, it looks like it's going to be on. Something going on off the ball there.
A few spot fires breaking out.
Yep, but the umpire's picked out something. It'll go to Mark Fitzgerald.
Not sure I'd want to be tangling with Mark Fitzgerald.
Mark Fitzgerald was shaping up there.
Ooh.
Nonetheless, he's got the kick, so the umpire saw something. He's kicked 2 already. We've gone 22.5, nearly 23 minutes. Goes the banana variety, kick smothered, so the Kenwick boys will be telling him about that. Clearing it out there for Kenwick was Daniel Atkinson. Soccers out wide towards Reynolds for Maddington. Coming in was Cook. Also there was Trefella. Umpires picked out a free kick.
Yeah,
It'll go to Dwayne Cook. He has it now. Kicks out wide to Irvine. Getting a bit more of the ball now. He's taking the mark right in front of the scoreboard. Ducks back inboard and breaks the tackle of Valenti. Kicks the ball long towards Hull. He's hot this quarter. Couldn't take the mark, but Woods is there. Gathers the crumb. Shots on goal. He's kicked it. That's 5 to Nicholas Woods. In this second quarter, Kenwick are now 11 goals, 268. Maddington are 10-2-62. That score courtesy of A to Z signs.
Boys, he hasn't done a lot of it, but for my mind, he's been the catalyst in the way that the ball has been going forward, and that's Ray Irvine. He's moved up the ground, he was involved there, he's led Peter Valenti to the ball, and I'm not quite sure that he's 100% Peter Valenti. He's pumped it in long, he's looking for Tim Hull. They're very, very dangerous, those two players down there. I think it's a major move from Gavin Hanley to bring Ray Irvine up the ground, and he's now got 5, Nicholas Woods.
And Dave, you got a waffle update?
I have Claremont by 41 points over Swan Districts in the late stages of the second quarter.
The ball back in the middle, 6-point lead in favour of Kenwick. We're in the closing stages of this second quarter. Catalano can get the crumb, gets tackled, and he's going to get the free kick over the shoulder. So Catalano, at the bottom of the pack, been very good in the first half of this match for Maddington, has got the free kick.
He's quieting down a little bit this quarter though, boys.
He has. His first quarter was better than his second, but been terrific, no doubt. He's kicked 3 goals off his personal boot. Now gets the kick away towards the half-forward position. A player was held without the football. That was Hynam, in fact. Will come away and take the free kick at half-forward. So Hynam's got it for the Maddington side. A late goal here will make the scores level again at 68-62. Kenwick Royals on top. He goes with a long penetrating kick inside 50. Fitzgerald up, flew high. Thomas was there. Still a chance they go. Goal scoring opportunity inside full forward. Players lurking. Umpires picked out a free kick. Dropping the ball is going to go back to Kenwick.
Fair enough too, Cam.
Well,
he took him on Gillyland and he got pinged.
He got pinged, and prior opportunity in Osterberg will come away with a defensive kick. Goes towards the kick-off line. Kicks towards a half-back position. Kenwick have got it now with numbers. A kick up towards the centre square position. Coming across to meet the football was Valenti. He overrun it. Comes to Irvine. Hand pass out wide to Kello. The big fellow, actually, matter of fact, was Irvine. Kicks inside the attacking 50. Woods up! Takes the mark. Over for Lazo for Maddington. Well, he's kicked 5 goals this afternoon. Hull has kicked 5. The 2 major live wire forwards as far as Kenwick are concerned. And Nicholas Woods. Boy, oh boy. In sensational form.
And guess who was involved in that passage of play once more, Cam? Ray Irvine.
Ray Irvine. So opportunity now for Woods. Will kick to the DBG Maddington end of the ground from 2 metres out. Bang. Slams it through. And Kenwick increase their leaders out by 12 points. A to Z sign scoreboard. Kenwick go to 12 goals too. Maddington a 10-62. 26 minutes gone. Second term action.
And if my folks are listening to the broadcast, they might want to have a look in the backyard, because that ball just about landed in their backyard, kicking from inside the goal square.
He actually got a 50-metre penalty there. There was something going on with a little bit going on, and Nicholas Woods, well, they put the defender back on the square. He's just proving unstoppable at the moment. Terrific form, 6 goals, and that man again. I'm starting to rave about him, but Ray Irvine. Terrific. Well, I've noticed he's drifted back now, but running around at centre half forward, he's getting involved and then pumping the ball in long, and they're looking very, very dangerous now, the Kenwick Royals.
Kenwick out by 2 goals now, 12 points the lead in this second quarter. We've played 26.5 minutes. Brought to you by Prosser Toyota. The umpire has it in the middle of the ground. It'll be Harris versus Anderson. They both fly for the ball. Harris wins it. Shark by Peake. Peake throws the thump into it, but leading the race there was Thomas for Kenwick. Throws it on his boot, but reading it best was Gerard Gibson for Maddington. Handballs out wide to Eddie Wilkes. Eddie Wilkes on the left boot looking for Catalano, opposed to David Irvine. Irvine too tall on that occasion. Coming through is Osterberg for Kenwick. He's wrapped up in the tackle by Anderson, and the umpire was about to blow the whistle, but gathering it was Harris. He handballed it straight to Brendan Peake. Peake kicks it inside the 50. In front there for Kenwick was Andrew Thomas.
Very clever.
And held his position. The umpires play on Hynam, attacks him after he kicks it, and Sharp's taken the mark.
That's the benefit of playing in front.
Absolutely.
Umpire will look after you. You've got front position.
Les Sharp kicking out wide towards the Sunset Surf scoreboard. Dwayne Cook was in best position. Couldn't get rid of his opponent. Handballed the ball to his advantage. Brad Reynolds wrapped up the tackle. Nice give to Robbie Steffen. Steffen on the left boot out towards Trafella. Trafella allows it to fall over the back, but then he's fallen over. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Henschel. Coming in to assist was the big man in Valenti, and he will do a thumping clearing kick into the arms of Reynolds. Reynolds dropped it. Cook was there. Lovely give to Hewitt. Hewitt on the left boot, right in front of the supporters next to the scoreboard. The big left boot falls into the arms of Henschel, the vice-captain for Maddington. Inside the defensive 50, looks up, kicks upward towards Brad Reynolds. His teammate there, vice-captain also of this Maddington side. It's Kenwick by 12 points, 28.5 minutes gone. Reynolds kicks out wide, looking there for Wilkes, but stepping across in front was Thomas for Kenwick.
Been very good in this first half.
He has been very good.
Kicks with the right boot in towards Cook. Cook takes a strong chest mark. Sharp's marshalling the troops in the middle. Anderton's there. Anderton, that was an ordinary kick, but he works hard, gathers it now, kicks to the free man in Sharp. Sharp has it in the middle of the ground. Looks upfield, there's nothing on offer yet. Offering a lead now is Ray Irvine on a strong lead and takes a strong chest mark on from about 50. Ray Irvine will be having a shot from goal. He read that beautifully.
Not sure I'll be leaving Les Sharp to run by himself, boys. Don't think Trent Harding will be happy with that.
Ray Irvine, the skipper, hasn't kicked a goal yet. He's a deliberate shot. We're right behind this one. Kenwick lead by 12 points. Sets it out towards the left. It'll be towards the top of the square. Hulls at the back. Woods coming through the middle of the pack. He read that better than a cheap novel, Nicholas Woods. Took a strong mark. 29 minutes gone. It's Kick 6. This bloke's unstoppable today. He is on fire. Kicking for his 7th goal, and we've only played 2 quarters of football. Nicholas Woods looking to stretch the margin to 18 points. Very deliberate shot on goal. It's the major. It's 7 for Nicholas Woods, just in time as the siren sounds on the A to Z sign scoreboard. It's 13 goals 2 now to Kenwick. They lead by 3 goals. Maddington are 10 goals 262. Tony Davies, Cameron Spragg, Simon Harvey, Braden Quartermain. You've been listening to Heritage FM's 107.3 live football broadcast from John Dunn Oval. Kenwick are absolutely wrapped with their first half. They lead by 18 points. We're going to take a break. We've got Patricia Trowbridge coming in at half-time. It's getting a little bit tense out there as the players make their way off the ground. But let's go to a commercial break. Before we do...
we've also, just to let you know, Halves, we've also got Alana McTiernan also coming on. We've got the 2 ladies on at half-time.
Beautiful, because football's more than just a blokes game. We'll be going to an ad now and come back and wrap up the first half. Then we've got Alana McTiernan and Patricia Trowbridge, very special guests, on Heritage FM 107.3.
Well, it's good afternoon and welcome back to the John Dunn Oval, where at half-time the Kenwick Royals, they hold an 18-point lead over the Maddington Bulls. And Braden, you've managed to slip into the change rooms and get have a bit of a listen from both coaches. Tell us what they had to say.
Sure have, yeah. An absolutely electric atmosphere in those Kenwick rooms, as you'd imagine after a scintillating second quarter like that. They call the third quarter the premiership quarter, but Kenwick really made that second quarter their own and have probably got part of the way there. Gavin Hanley, though, did tell them they're in for a dangerous time if they think they'll be able to come out and repeat that again. He told them that they're twice as fit and committed as the opposition. He heaped praise on his captain, Ray Irvine, and told him he was the most unselfish person in football, and that was the reason that he leads the football club. Absolutely lavished praise on him. He said to Nick Woods that he's unstoppable today and just gave him a licence to do what he wants and told him just to go for it and create what he can. He was really encouraging his charges. Told them to keep lifting the bar, and told them he wants to be the proudest coach. And also the Maddington room's obviously a very different story. The players pretty aggressive as they got in there. A lot of fists slamming into doors and stuff. They really felt as though they'd let it slip. Trent Harding told them to keep their heads up and work like they have all year. He told them to control the centre and give that scoreboard pressure. He said, if we give them the centre, we kiss our season goodbye.
And talking there with Braden Quartermain, our man on the boundary, as the huddles are broken up, the second half of football about to get underway. It's an 18-point lead in favour of the Kenwick Royals, and this quarter will be brought to us by Swanbury, our sponsor for the third quarter. Umpire holds the ball aloft to get us underway in the second half for Heritage FM Sport. Here's Simon Harvey.
Thanks, Cameron Spragg. It's Kenwick by 18 points. The umpire throws it up. One coming over the top was Harris. Fists it down to Trafella. It's Kenwick again from the start. Kicks out wide towards Hewitt. He couldn't take the mark. Over the back is Gibson for Maddington, and he'll clear it out of the defensive line. Coming down towards the mortgage choice. In fact, it's Ray White, Gosnell's side of the ground. Cook's there for Kenwick, wrapped up in the tackle, but the umpire said it lingered too long. Yep, so Dwayne Cook will take a free kick right in front of us here in the commentary box. We've played 49 seconds. The lead's still the same, 18 points in favour of Kenwick. Dwayne Cook has it now, just settling down the charges. Kicks it long towards Irvine. Motivational leader at the start. He's taken, no, he dropped the mark at the end there. Runs forwards, wrapped up in a tackle. And the umpire said you took too long. So a free kick to Maddington there. Brendan Peake will take the free kick. Goes back, he kicks long back in front of the commentary box. Flying from behind was Hynam. Couldn't take the mark. Over the back's Eddie Wilkes. Throws it on his boot. The ball's now inside the attacking 50 for Maddington. Leading the race was Prue. Soccering it through was Gilliland. Will he gather it? No, he goes again. He has Fitzgerald free inside the forward pocket. Fitzgerald on the left boot has a shot on goal. Points to the crowd, that's his third. Mark Fitzgerald, a quick goal to Maddington. 1.5 minutes gone. The A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington 11 goals, 268. Kenwick are 13 goals, 280.
Well, not the start that Kenwick would have wanted there. Bit stiff there, Ray Irvine. I thought he got a legal possession or disposal away there. I thought he dropped the ball onto his boot, but the umpires pinged him. They've turned it over quickly. Maddington moved it forward, and well, great leap there by Hendricks. He couldn't bring it to ground, but the swoopers were there. Gilliland getting it forward to Mark Fitzgerald, the ever dangerous Mark Fitzgerald, and he's got 3.
Ball back in the middle. The margin's got back to 12-point lead in favour of Kenwick. Ball up, Harris opposed by Want. No one can win the football. It comes to Sharp, gets the crumb, cuts through centre half forward, drills the pass in towards half forward. An opportunity for Woods. He takes a bounce. He's in the left full forward pocket, straightens up the angle. It's been smothered beautifully in the last line of defence by Satterthwaite, and it's gone over for a boundary throw-in.
Well, boys, he's got the licence, but he should have handballed over the top to Tim Hull, who was free there. Open goal in front of Tim Hull.
Well, he was kicked 7 already, Nicholas Woods, and it looked like he's going to stroll in and kick his 8th, but good defensive play by Maddington. Throw in the left full forward pocket for the Kenwick side. It comes out, an opportunity for a play there in Cook, can't get hold of it. Maddington's defence, they run it out of play. Intended target was Reynolds, up he goes, but Harris can get the crumb, gets kicked off in the last moment of play, kicks inside the 50, and the mark's been taken by Brendan Peake defensively. It comes to Peake, the skipper. He kicks down towards the members' wing. He's got a player's lid. Thomas works to the front spot. Good play by him and thumps it over. And Kenwick have brought it over. We've got a boundary throw in to take place. At right centre wing, or the Ray White Gosnell's wing end of the ground. In this quarter brought to us by Swan Brewery. It's inside the first 4 minutes of play. Of course, Maddington are kicking to the Highlines garage and shed into the ground in bright sunny conditions. A crowd of 5,000 people have crept into John Noble for this grand final match. Ball to be thrown in. Trying to get hold of the football is Reynolds, the vice captain, wrapped up in a tackle. Osterberg is also there for Kenwick, and the umpire's going to come across and ball it up. So it's 80 plays 68, 12-point lead in this third quarter. Perfect weather for football. You couldn't ask for a better day as he's tossed it up. White works to the front spot for the Maddington side. Good play. Players were wrapped up in a tackle. One of them was David Irvine. Can't get Osterberg, in fact. He's there. Ball spills to the bottom of the pack. Steffen gets it out. Sharp, he missed the football in totally as Peake gets a high tackle, and Peake for the Maddington side will come away with a kick. He's just ball backward of centre half forward. Goes with long probing distance towards the full forward, and Fitzgerald is the man out. Too strong on that occasion. Has taken the mark. He's kicked 3 goals off his personal boot. 2 in the first quarter, and actually 2 in the second, and 1 in the third. So Mark Fitzgerald had a terrific season for the Maddington Bulls. Will be kicking to the Highlines garages and shed end of the ground from about 20 metres out, just to the right of centre. Drop punt. Umpire makes a lot of ground to his left-hand side. He might have snuck it through. He has! Full points. Maddington go to 12 goals to Kenwick. Are 13 goals to at the margin of 6 points. That is on the A to Z Science scoreboard. We've gone 5 minutes.
Well, boys, you can't get in a one-on-one duel with Mark Fitzgerald. He's just way too strong, and the ball getting in like it did there. He's got the drop on the players there, and too strong overhead as well. And he's turned around. He's now got 4 and looking very dangerous. And I'm not sure how long Gavin Hanley's going to leave Jeff Prue on Mark Fitzgerald. He's just giving away far too much body strength to him. And well, if he kicks another one, they've got to make a change.
Terrific smother by Satterthwaite down there, preventing Woods from getting a goal, but the ball's back in the middle of the ground. Harris wins the knock, but it falls to Peake. Gives it to his brother Jason. Kicks down towards the coach in Harding. He couldn't get it because Thomas came across for Kenwick. Soccering it out of the way was Anderton. It's a foot race now between Henschel and Osterberg. Henschel will get there first. He gathers, gets the handball to Reynolds. Coming across and cutting it off was Jeremy Anderton. Kicking with the left boot. Flying fist from Brett Cook. The ball went straight up in the air. Trafella now paddling it. Soccers the ball inside 50. Hull's got it. He gives it off to David Irvine. Irvine has a bit of time. Kicks it up and under, and here comes Woods. But there's 2 players on him on that occasion. It appears that Trent Harding has put 2 on him, and he'll have 2 on him for the rest of the game. That player there in Gibson now took the mark. He runs out of the defensive line with it now. Kicks short and sharp. Beautiful kick to Reynolds. It falls, goes past him. Catalano's there, gets a nice shepherd by Reynolds. Catalano kicking down forward towards Harding. He couldn't gather the ball. Thomas is there for Kenwick. Does beautifully. Handballs to Irvine, and Irvine gets the ball over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in right in front of the commentary box. Some hard work there by Irvine. A good shepherd by Reynolds for Maddington. Allowed Catalano to move free. Boundary umpire has it now. Harris will do battle against Want. Coming across, but Peake's there for Maddington. He paddles it down towards Hynam. Hynam's kick smothered by David Irvine. Thomas is there for Kenwick. Paddles it to the skipper in Ray. He handballs it back to Thomas. Thomas has Les Sharp free in the middle of the ground. Sharp has it now. He's taken him on. Quick Les Sharp has one bounce. Inside 50. Shot on goal. Les Sharp has kicked a goal. That's his second. Kenwick have extended their margin. They're 14 goals, 286 on the A to Z signed scoreboard. Maddington 12-274.
Well, brilliant play there from Les Sharp. Ray Irvine just switching play quickly there finding his teammate there, Les Sharp, by himself. He took on the fast approaching Wilkes. He ran away from him, ran inside 50, steadied up and kicked a brilliant goal, Les Sharp. He's really starting to work his way into the game now, as is that man Ray Irvine. He's really playing a good skipper's game today.
He's the key man, there's no question about that. He was just lurking free. He loves to cut through centre half forward, and when he runs his full measure and kicks, he can kick goals. Ball back to the middle. Harris wins a tap away, comes to Stefan Irvine, missed the football completely. Packers forming inside the centre circle, picked up by Gilliland. He was dispossessed, held without the football, says the umpire, and Luke Gilliland will take it. Just backward of the centre circle. This third quarter's gone 7 minutes. Grand final here in the Sunday Football League. He's got a player lurking on half forward, and Brendan Peake has marked the football. Maddington are kicking to the high line. Garage said end of the ground. That's the southern end. Bright sunny weather. Long probing kick towards full forward. Up they go. A player flew high. Still a chance at the back of the pack. Good play by Prue. Defensively, he kicks it back towards the centre half back position. Kenwick are going to have to work here. They've got numbers at the bowl of the ball. Sharp's there. Stefan fell over. He hand passes it. Anderton's also can crumb the football. 3-on-1. Good play by Gibson. Actually back to his Wilkes. Kicks down the line and Gilliland is marked. At centre half forward. Plays on. Osterberg nearly loaded tackle. Kicks towards full forward. And the mark has been taken by Maddington inside the 50 at full forward. And the player is
Carl
Hynam. He's kicked 2 already this afternoon. Point blank range. Fitzgerald was the man that was going for it. Just spilled to the back of the pack. Hynam, he's kicked 2 in the first quarter. Waltzes in, drop punt straight over the umpire's hat. And Maddington, they pin him back. They go to 13 goals to 80. Kenwick, a 14-86, a margin of 6 points. We've gone 8.5 minutes in the third quarter. This third quarter brought to us by Swan Brewery.
Well, as you mentioned, Cam, the pack formed there, and Carl Hynam, as the pack went to they were watching Mark Fitzgerald, he just drifted off the back of the pack, and the ball just fell into his hands in the end, just totally unmanned. And well, he's kicked the simplest of goals, and well, they're right back in this now. Goal at the margin. Just a quick update for you in the waffle. Claremont by 41 points, 9-7-61. They're in front of the Swan Districts Football Club. 2 goals, 8-20.
Playing off, of course, for a berth in the grand final against Subiaco. The central umpire throws it up. Want versus Harris. Want wins it, but over the back is Thomas for Kenwick. He's had a great game. Handballs to Anderton, put him under pressure. The ball jarred free into the arms of Peake. Peake handballs over the top to Gilliland. Gilliland's inside 50, has a shot on goal on the left boot, and he's hit the post. So it's a 5-point ball game now. 9.5 minutes in the third quarter. The A to Z signed scoreboard. Maddington 13-3. Kenwick 14-2. 5-point ball game with Jeff Prue to bring the ball back in for Kenwick. Kids are going nuts on the bouncy castle here as Prue thumps the boot into it, looking for Cook, but in front was the skipper there for Maddington. Ball falls out towards Gilliland, and he's taken a mark inside 50. Of course, the skipper for Maddington being Jason Peake. A lovely give over the top there to Eddie Wilkes, and Wilkes finding Gilliland inside 50.
Just on that, it's about the third time I've seen this player in Gilliland become free, become vacant. He makes a lot of space and can position himself well. He's starting to become prominent in this third quarter.
Luke Gilliland hasn't had a goal yet today on the left boot. Had that shot that hit the post. Will it make the distance? No, it falls short. Ball just falls off the pack, over the boundary, over the goal line. So he's registered 2 behinds, Luke Gilliland. A to Z signed scoreboard. Maddington 13 goals, 4 now 82. 4 points behind Kenwick, who are 14-86.
As Les Sharp, the designated kick in to bring the football back in play for Kenwick. Looking for an avenue out of his defensive danger zone, because Maddington have got on top in this third quarter. Runs to the kick-off line, goes with distance, a high ball towards half-back. Up they go, Thomas works front spot, can't mark the football, can butter up again. Still he goes, a player in Atkinson is there, got dispossessed, it comes back to Thomas. Stefan working hard for Kenwick, he paddles it forward. Harris is there, tracking the football very close to the boundary line, hand passes it backwards again. Here comes to Trafella, a quick kick around the corner to nobody in particular. Up it goes, Irvine's there, still a chance they go through Hewitt, the vice-captain. Umpires picked out a free kick, he was held without in possession. Todd Hewitt, the vice-captain, will take the kick away.
It was holding there from Brett Cook.
So Todd Hewitt's got it at left half forward. They're kicking to the modern glass end of the ground, which is the northern end of the ground here at John Dunn Oval. He goes with long, probing distance inside 50. Up they go. Hull couldn't mark the football. Oh, good play out of the back of the pack. Snapping back is Lindsay Wood. It snaps. It bounces once and it's gone through for a goal. Sensational play, fortuitous. That's his first. Kenwick, they go to 16 goals 2. Maddington, a 13 goals for us, back to a 12-point lead.
Well, that was some sort of goal, Cam. He's just snapped, hoping there to get it up somewhere on the goal line. Well, it's done the big off break and turned back on goal, and Lindsay Woods has got his first. He's done a great job when he's gone with Robbie Davis today, and that's capped off some great work for him.
So 10 points is the margin at this stage. 12 and a half minutes have gone into this third quarter, brought to us by Swan Brewery. Ball's been worked back to the middle of the ground. Sharp playing pretty well in this second half of football, the start of it anyway. In goes Wilkes, diving on the football. Oh, umpire said give it to me as it was about to be released. The play was about to go on. And we've got a secondary ball up alongside the centre circle. Ground is in perfect condition. You couldn't ask for a better preparation for this match. Grand final in the Sunday Football League. Maddington up against Kenwick. Ball from the stoppage. No one can get it out. It does come out eventually. Comes to Nagel. He's there, Davis. He takes a bounce. Burns his opponent away. Short kick down the line. Good chip. Coming back to chip the mark. It's a player in Woods. He's got it. He's got it on the outer side of the ground. He's spotted up a player in Thomas. He's featured well in the second half. Kick further afield. Anderson's there. Ditto, been very good. Towards half forward now. Cook in front has taken the mark. So they've linked up pretty well. He wants to go on with it. He takes a bounce. Approaching attacking 50. Bombs it towards full forward. Vacant goal square. He's offline. Well offline. He's put it out of bounds on the full. A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington 13-4, 82. Kenwick a 15-2, 92. 10-point ball game. We've travelled 13 minutes.
Tony Vavazo bringing the ball back in and finds Nathan Want comfortably still inside that 50-metre arc, the defensive 50. Down there at the modern glass end of the ground. Want now goes with the right boot. Kicking up towards Brendan Peake over the back with his brother Jason. He got a nice old shove in the middle of the back and will take a free kick on the half-back line.
Bit careless there from Robbie Steffen. He knows he's given away the kick.
Yes, Jason Peake a little bit slow to get up here. Obviously took a little bit more out of him than we thought. He's on his feet now, has the ball. He quickly handballs back there towards the player there in Cook. Cook thumps it long towards the coach. Lurking over the back is Andrew Catalano. He's done that a few times. He takes him on now. Inside 50. On the left boot up towards Fitzgerald. But he's a little bit wayward and has registered a behind. So the A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington 13-5, 83. Kenwick still 15-2, 92. Pretty accurate kicking so far in this grand final. Player there, Jeff Prue, quickly plays on for Kenwick. Kicks the ball well outside 50, looking for Anderton. He couldn't take the mark. Scooping on it was Eddie Wilkes. Kicks inboard towards Robbie Davis. The excitement machine. But coming across was Thomas for Kenwick. Lindsay Woods, beautiful shepherd. Thomas gets the ball on his left boot and finds Jeremy Anderton right in front of the supporters. Yes, it was. Silly play there by Wilkes. Adrian Wilkes, the offender there, right in front of the Maddington supporters on the JKR Transport side of the ground. So Jeremy Anderton, very consistent today. In fact, consistent over the last 3 weeks. Has the ball now. Quite a reasonably open forward line. Irvine creates the lead into open space. He has to double back. Flying for it was Cook. Over the back's Dwayne Cook. Snaps on goal. Open goal square. He's hit the post. Kenwick 15-3, 93. Keeping that 10-point buffer on the A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington 13-5, 83.
Geez, that was going to be some sort of a goal. He's had 2 attempts at kicking goal of the century today.
So Satterthwaite will bring the football back and play defensively for the Maddington side. A kick down the line. He's got Cook at defensive 40. Standing the mark is Nicholas Woods. He's kicked 7 goals in a very good first half of football. Maddington can clear their defensive zone. A kick comes out towards the centre square. Thomas tracking it. Been superb. Hand pass back to Harris. He's alongside the centre circle. Kicks up towards the 50 and led sharp as mark. He's got players lurking. One of them, he kicks down towards the full forward pocket. Oh, up they go, coming. Cook defensively, did well on that occasion. No, he's kicked it out. He's got a boundary throw to take place. So Les Sharp kicked it up to Irvine. He quickly got manned up by Cook. And he come across well and defensively stopped that. And we got a boundary throw in to take place.
Probably needed to go long with the square then, Cam.
Would have been the better option because 93 plays 83. The Kenwick Royals on top. We've gone 16 minutes gone. This quarter brought to us by Swan Brewery. Sunday Football League Grand Final. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. It's perfect weather, good crowd and attendance. Hit throw in, Hulls at the back, working well. Maddington can pick the football up. A kick further down the line towards the left centre wing. Thomas, ever alive, well, nearly took the mark. He dropped it. Hand pass out. Good sharking. Good play by Harding, the skipper. It comes to Gibson. Takes a bounce. Runs to 50. Got run down in the last moments. Ball spewed off the side of the boot and has gone over. And we got a boundary throw it inside the 50, about 30 metres around from Maddington's goal.
Great chase there, Cam, from the makeshift ruckman and David Harris running down Gibson, who's got pace to burn. and has caused that kick to go out of bounds.
So we've got a boundary throw in. It's inside 50 as far as Maddington is concerned. Boundary throw in to take place in front of a packed hill. Up they go. Davis is lurking. Thumped behind by player and Thomas, and once again we've gone over for a boundary throw in. 93 plays 83. That is on the A to Z science scoreboard. 17 minutes gone.
Boundary umpire has the ball now. Player there in peak was the one to go up for it before, but looks like Trent Harding, the coach, coming across his peak. Harris flies high, goes down to Osterberg. His handball missed its target, picked up by Want. Thomas is there for Kenwick. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Give off to Thomas. Also, he can't gather the ball because Brendan Peake comes across, gives it to Robbie Davis, kicks towards the full forward line. There is Fitzgerald. Couldn't take the mark. Catalano's there. Plenty of players converge on it. The umpires picked out a free kick. In fact, Craig Thomas for Kenwick was held when he didn't have it, and he'll take a free kick around the centre half forward area.
Geez, he's strong, Fitzgerald. He just threw Thomas out like a rag doll then in that contest.
Pretty congested back line for Kenwick, and Thomas looking for options. Stuttering approach, kicks out wide now and finds Andrew Thomas, who takes a strong mark just on the boundary line. Defended there by Robbie Davis, kicks with the left boot. Tim Hull's leading, but stepping in front with courage was Brad Reynolds. At the back was Satterwhite. Also there is Hull. Coming across was Atkinson. Cook's there to assist. Also there is paddled forward by Atkinson, but into the hands of Cook. Brett Cook for Maddington. Handballs to Hynam. Hynam back to Peake. Peake paddles it. Hull scoops on it. Soccers it towards the goal line. Leading the race is Nicholas Woods. He gathers. Gets wrapped up in a tackle by Trent Harding. Coming through was Ray Irvine. Nice handball out there to Nagel. Nagel can't pick it up. Gilliland's there. He's soccering it to the advantage of his teammates and paddles the ball over the boundary line. Luke Gilliland doing some hard bustling work there for Maddington. The Ray White Gosnells wing. We've played 19 minutes in this third quarter, brought to us by the Swan Brewery. It's Maddington by 10 points, Kenwick by 10 points rather. Ball comes in, Harris versus Want. They've battled hard all day. Gibson's there, handball's down to Reynolds. Reynolds throws it on the boot and has gained an extra 20 metres for the Maddington Bulls.
Just a quick change there, boys. Daniel Perry has come onto the ground for Kenwick. He's replaced Lee Nagel.
Players move into position for this boundary throw in. The boundary umpire's right in front of us here on Heritage FM 107.3. Want versus Harris. Haven't seen too much of Tony Kellor. Irvine, David Irvine thumps it, but Reynolds picks it up. He's wrapped up in the tackle by Osterberg and hit his foot. It's gone out of bounds on the full. So Josh Osterberg unfortunate there. Brad Reynolds, the vice captain for Maddington, has it. Plenty of supporters telling him where to kick the ball to. He goes short. He has the ruckman free. Also Luke Gilliland free. And he finds him on the half forward line. Congested forward line. He goes high towards Andrew Catalano, but leading is Fitzgerald. Flies. Couldn't take the mark. Over the back was Prue. Prue has it now. Kicks out wide to Perry. Perry broke for him but couldn't take the mark, and the umpire played a push. Play on now, he's called. Lindsay Woods has it. He's streaking down the JKR transport wing. Kicks inboard to Anderton. Anderton dropped the mark. Gathered, recovered well. Set up Lindsay Woods running onto the ball. Ducks back inboard. Throws it on his left boot. But who is going to take the mark for Maddington? It will be Eddie Wilkes.
As he clears defensively, he's got his teammate and gives him a defensive 40, has taken the mark. It's tight stuff. We're approaching three-quarter time. In this third quarter, it's a 10-point ball game in favour of the Kenwick Royals. So they're kicking to the modern glass end, which is the northern end of the ground in this match, and which, as I said, 20 minutes old. So Clarence Harding has got it, the coach. A high ball towards the wing, edge of the centre square. Kenwick can clear. A defensive kick down the line. Irvine's got it. He marks unattended. Hits the ground running. Kicks inside the attacking 50. Woods up high. Double teamed on that occasion. The pack falls down. Working at the back of the pack is Cook for Maddington. Hand pass out wide. Still a nest of players. Work well for Vazo's there. He comes back to Harding, the coach. He gets the clearing kick away towards the centre square position. Stretching the mark. Good play by Maddington. A kick down the line through Wilkes. Kicks inside 50. And the mark's been taken by Hynam, who has suddenly become prominent in this third quarter.
Great mark there, Cam, from Eddie Wilkes.
It was. He's kicked 2 goals off his personal boot. So he'll be kicking to the Highline Garage set end of the ground. He's kicked 3. Correction to that. Hynam has 3, as we've got it there. Will kick from about 45 to 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. To the right of centre, in a packed ground here, and John Dunn Oval. Some crowd of 4,000 or 5,000 people. Drop punt is deliberate. It's accurate. He's kicked 4. Maddington, they go to 14 goals, 5. Kenwick, 15 goals, 3. That is on the A to Z side scoreboard. We've gone 22 and a half minutes in this, the third quarter.
Well, a costly turnover there, boys. When the ball went down into the Kenwick forward line, it was come out quickly there. They're double teaming Nicholas Woods, and Kenwick need to get some numbers to his feet, because when the ball hit the deck, they've turned it over. Eddie Wilkes is playing a great game. He's running through the middle, gets it quickly on down to Hynam, who's having an afternoon today, and he's kicked 4. And, well, that's the steadying goal they needed as we approach three-quarter time. Back to within 4 points.
Hopefully Nicholas Woods won't let frustration get the better of him down there. We know that what can happen in the Sunday Football Leagues. The boundary central umpire throws the ball up. It's Want versus Harris. Harris wins the knock, but Andrew Catalano's at the back of the pack. Sharks it, kicks out wide with his left boot towards Eddie Wilkes. Over the back is Lindsay Woods for Kenwick. He's paddling the ball, goes to ground. Also there was Adrian Wilkes and Gary Ewan. And they escort the ball over the boundary line right in front of the supporters next to the scoreboard, which shows that Kenwick are leading by 4 points. 23 minutes gone in this third quarter, brought to us by Swan Brewery. Boundary umpire throws it in. Harris wins the knock, but knocks it down to Peake. Peake in 10, coughs it up, handballs to Ewan. Ewan looking for Lindsay Woods, but dashing through was Wilkes for Maddington, and he sees the ball over the boundary line. So we'll have to do it all again from the exact same spot. Not too much movement inside the Maddington forward line. Plenty of players standing toe-to-toe with each other as the boundary umpire throws it in. Harris gets rid of his opponent, paddles the ball down to Peake. Peake handballs over the top to where lurking is Andrew Catalano. Rides the bump, handballs to Hynam. Hynam goes back inboard to Brendan Peake. Peake handballs to Gilliland on his left boot, snaps on goal. Maddington are in front. In fact, the umpire's paid a free kick.
And goal's been counted. Out.
No. Well, has it goal? Who knows what's going on? It is a goal. No, I think you'll find it's a free kick. The umpire has pulled out a free kick. Les Sharp will take it from the centre of the ground. He must have called 50.
He's pinged him 50 for kicking after the decision was made.
So Les Sharp's got it at the centre half back for the Royals. He kicks down up towards the half forward position. Coming here is Irvine trying to crash the pack, but a Maddington mark has been taken on the outer side of the ground, and Adrian Wilkes has got it. Wilkes now, it's further down the line, he's got Peake on offer. Peake's got it now. Kick inside the attacking 50. Fitzgerald is the man, one-on-one at the back of the pack. Good mark has been taken by Jeff Prue in defence. He's on Fitzgerald. Oh, it's a tight kick. He's turned it over. He's trying to lunge for the Marcus Harding. Ball spills to the ground. An opportunity for Gilliland. Crumbs come to Anderton. Sweeping handball. He sets up a player, and Thomas is there. Oh, what's the umpire going to do? The pack is formed, really holding the ball. Spills out one. Catalano's there. Still he goes in again. Working well. Shovels the handball out. Wilkes has got it. Eddie puts it inside the attacking 50. Up he comes to Fitzgerald. It's very close to the boundary line. All beats all. We've got a boundary throw to take place.
Fellas, just keep my eye on Les Sharp. Looks like he's favouring a leg. He was calling for the bench, and he's not doing much at this point in time.
So we've got a boundary throw in the left full forward pocket for Maddington. 14-5-89 plays 15-3-93. Maddington have hit back. They're in front. 25 minutes. Up they go. Thomas over the back of the pack. Wilkes. Let me crash through the pack. Stefan gets the kick away. It's all Maddington. Catalano. Hand pass out wide. Wilkes can snap on goal. Long and probing towards full 40s offline. And we've gone through for the minus score. A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington go to 14-6. Kenwick up 15-3-93.
It's interesting to note there too, Haas, with Les Sharp, you were saying that he looks like he's carrying a leg injury. He was carrying an injury prior to coming back about 4 games out from the end of the season. So let's hope he's 100%.
Might have just been a knock. He's going to kick the ball in from full back. Looks up the ground. Goes right to the kicking line and then goes short and finds Dwayne Cook. Sharp seems to be moving a bit more freer now than he was earlier on. 3-point ball game here. 26.5 minutes in the third quarter. Kenwick have it. Andrew Thomas. Andrew Catalano on the mark for Maddington. Thomas looking around. He'll go short, but he's set up. Anderton coming over the top was Gibson. Pedals the ball to Gilliland. Gilliland on the left boot. Has a shot on goal. Is it coming back far enough? No, it's not. So Gilliland registering his third behind today. A to Z signed scoreboard. Maddington 14-7-91. Kenwick 15-3-93. Les Sharp preparing himself to do it all again. 27 minutes gone in the third quarter. Brought to us by the Swan Brewery.
He's had some opportunities, Gilliland, hasn't he?
He has had some opportunities, bit of time there, more than he thought. Les Sharp going longer on this occasion. Well outside 50, looking for Thomas. Couldn't take the mark. In front, handball over the top to Catalano. On his right boot, snaps on goal down towards Hynam. Hynam got a fist on it because Robbie Steffen was going to mark it and saw the ball over the boundary line. 3 metres from the behind post. So Maddington peppering the score. They want to get a goal out of this. Sortie into the forward line as the boundary umpire throws it in. Fitzgerald's going up for it against Harris. Harris paddles it over the back. Peaks there for Maddington. Thomas couldn't pick it up. Also there is Atkinson. He paddles it out to Harris. Harris throws it on his boot towards Woods. He'll do battle against Reynolds. Woods has it now. In fact, it's Cook. Cook going inboard, but he coughs it up. He's kicked it straight to the coach for Maddington in Trent Harding. Harding has about 15 players inside the 50-metre arc. He kicks it long inside 50. Flying from the back will be Prue. He thumps it forward, but the umpire's picked out a free kick. In fact, the siren has sounded. In this third quarter, the A to Z sign scoreboard reads Kenwick 15-3-93, leading by 2 points. Maddington 14-7-91. You're listening to the grand final live on Heritage FM 107.3. We're going to come back after a short break and wrap up the first 3 quarters, in fact that third quarter, and prepare ourselves for what should be an absolute cracker of a last quarter. Heritage FM 107.3.
Yeah, Gavin Hanley telling his charges not to start chipping the ball. He told them it's not their game. He was a bit disappointed with their defensive mindset when Maddington started kicking a couple of goals in that quarter. And as always, he's told them to go out and attack. He says get the first and then go on and rub it in. There's definitely no mention of chipping it around. He's told them that the rest of the competition have written them off after they finished third. And he said the Kenwick Football Club understand what it takes to win premierships. On the other hand, Trent Harding from Maddington has just urged his players just for one almighty effort. He told them to stand up, play for the jumper. 30 minutes between them and a premiership.
And that was Braden Quartermine reporting boundary side on the situation of the huddle and the feelings as it is here at 3/4 time. Well, the respective huddles have broken out, players are in position, and the third quarter is just seconds away for a start here. Our tips quickly, guys, for this final quarter.
I think Kenwick have got the breeze. They could run home over the top of them.
Okay, umpire holds the ball enough to get us underway for the final quarter. For the final time this year is Simon Hunt.
30 minutes of very important football coming up. Nathan Want wins the first possession, but it'll go towards Steffen. Steffen paddles it to Sharp. He couldn't gather it. Wilkes grabs it for Maddington, kicks back towards Want. He'll have a fly, takes a strong chest mark in the centre of the ground. So Nathan Want, big number 6 on his back, goes back, tries to kick long, but falling in short. The kick landing in the arms of Gary Ewan for Kenwick, and he's taken a mark on half back. Tim Hull's creating an opportunity for him up the ground. He looks a little bit further wide and finds Lindsay Woods running towards the ball. Woods has it now. Lovely give to Hewitt. Hewitt paddling the ball towards his goal. Gathers, goes backwards, gets wrapped up in the tackle by Cook. Also there for Maddington was Adrian Wilkes, and they've seen the ball over the boundary line right in front of the bouncy castle here at John Dunn Oval. Maddington, it's Kenwick by 2 points. The boundary umpire throws it in. Harris versus Want. Harris paddles it down to Hewitt. Backs up. Harris throws it on his boot. Hull's there. He'll do battle against Henschel, but taking a strong mark there for Maddington was Satterwaite. Kim Satterwaite. It was a good mark. Kicks with his left boot out towards Brett Cook and finds him. He has Wilkes on offer. Goes a bit further on to Want. Want's fallen over. Coming in to do battle is Lindsay Woods. He has it. He runs away from them. Throws it on the boot, but it looks like he's kicked it out of bounds. In fact, he was over the boundary line before he kicked.
That was touched off the boot.
Touched off the boot, so the boundary umpire will throw it in. Right on the 50-metre arc for Kenwick.
Made a mess of that, boys, there. The Maddington players.
So we're inside the first few minutes in this final quarter. In what is to be a great day of football, a little bit of a breeze picking up. We've got a boundary throw to take place. Tracking the football is Peak. The ball beaten Lord's gone back over. We've got another boundary throw to take place about 65 metres around from the Kenwick goal. Boundary throwing to take place. Want and Harris go up again. At the back of the back was Want. He got the tap away. In the van was Gibson for the Maddington side. It comes out wide. Snapping the football is Hewitt back inside 50. A kick up there to play. Nicholas Woods couldn't mark it. Crashing out of defence. Good play by Valenti. He gets it further afield to Harding, the coach. Kicks inside the centre square. Osterberger's there for Kenwick. Can't get hold of the football. Also tracking it is Thowles for the Maddington side. It's a loose ball. No one can get hold of the football. Thomas in on hard. Packers formed. Umpires to let it go. Oh, he did. He blew his whistle. Then it got released, the ball. And we got a ball up just forward of the centre circle in the Maddington attacking edge of the centre square.
He was lucky to get away with that, Cam. David Irvine, he jumped on it and just sat on it. And the umpire let it go, and he had his back to it. Oh, David Irvine didn't. Very, very lucky not to get pinged there.
As Anderson comes on for Maddington, coming off is Nathan Want, who did the ruck work. So Anderson will go into the ruck. As far as Kenwick Maddington concerned, he was late getting to the contest, so it was a funny change. Kick back inside the centre circle. Perry is working hard. He got dispossessed, falls to ground. Kenwick with numbers here. Good pick up by Lindsay Woods. Gets around one, gets around two, hooks it back towards the centre wing position. A free kick has been seen. It's going to go back to Woods, a bit off the play. The infringing player was that man that just come on the ground in Craig Anderson. So Kenwick will have the free kick. Todd Hewitt will be the man further down the ground to take the kick at right centre wing or on the Ray White Gosnells wing end of the ground. Many thanks to their sponsorship. In this final quarter, and this quarter brought to us by Prosser Toyota. We've gone 4 minutes. Hewitt kick inside to the 50. Hull flew high. Trying to get the crumb is Anderson. He sockers it back inboard. Good play for Lenties there. Needs to get around Woods. Does. Hand pass backward to Vavazo. He's got players. A nest of them. A kick up towards the commentary wing. Hewitt flew high from the back of the pack. Maddington with numbers. Wilkes is there. Hooks it back up towards the centre square position. Peaks there. The captain. Sweeping handball. Good play. A kick up towards the attacking 50 players will set. Thomas is in the van. Tracks the football defensively. It comes back to Irvine. Underground handball. Maddington may come away with this. Good play by Hynam. Kicks up towards the half-forward position. Ewan there. Burns his opponent off. He takes a bounce. Runs his full measure. Sweeping handball to Cook. Unattended. Kicks up towards the attacking 50. Irvine up. Takes the mark. Can play on. David Irvine. Kicks towards full forward. Woods is the man. Here's the back of the pack. Takes a ripper. Nicholas Woods, there's the mark of the day. He's kicked 7 goals. Will go for his 8th from point blank range.
Oh, what a fantastic leap there by Nicholas Woods. He was the only player that was ever going to mark that, and could this be a match-winning performance from Nicholas Woods?
Woods has kicked 7, kicking to the southern end of the ground from point blank range. Thank you very much. He has kicked 8. Sensational play. Woods, Kenwick go to 16-3. Maddington a 4-7 inside the first 5 minutes, and this is the final quarter. This quarter brought to us by Prosser Toyota.
And just on that, Cam, Ray Irvine, they're getting into the play there. Just slipped away there from his opponent there, Peter Valenti. And Valenti, he must have thought that Ray Irvine was going to go back and have a shot, but Ray Irvine took off and he played on quickly. And why wouldn't you, with that man on the goal square absolutely on fire? And he's got 8, and could it be a match-winning performance?
8-point ball game here. Kenwick are leading. 5.5 minutes last quarter, brought to us by Prosser Toyota. The ball's back in the middle now. It'll be Anderson versus Harris. Anderson coming from a long way, paddles the ball down. Gilliland couldn't grab it. Diving on it was Thomas. Free over the backs. Harding for Maddington. He's wrapped up in that tackle by Ewan. The umpire said you had prior opportunity. Kenwick are getting the possession of the football. Gary Ewan, terrific tackle. He breaks free now on the left boot. Looking out wide for Woods and Cook. Over the back there was Gibson for Maddington. Handball's inboard. Robbie Steffen's attack on the ball's terrific. It came to Harris. Harris kicking inside 50. Hull had a leap. Irvine was at the back, couldn't grab it. Gets a handball over the top to Hull. Hull in turn gets it on to Hewitt. Hewitt on the left boot, kicks towards Woods. Woods used his body. Strong chest mark, Nicholas Woods. Tony Favazzo couldn't do much more down there for Maddington. Nicholas Woods is on fire in the last minute. Taking a great diving mark. And will be aiming for his 9th goal. Nicholas Woods. Todd Hewitt bringing the ball in there with the long, high left foot kick. Woods there out bodying Favazzo, having his shot for his 9th. Gun barrel straight. That's 9 to Nicholas Woods. Kenwick 17-3, 105. Are leading Maddington 14-7, 91.
Well, boys, the same problem that we were talking about with Jeff Prue playing on Mark Fitzgerald. Well, Trent Harding's got his own decisions to make now, because Nicholas Woods, he's been unstoppable. He's just far too strong for one-on-one, and then Kenwick are deliberately leaving him in the goal square one-on-one because they know he's just far too strong for his opponents. And for my mind, he's, well, obviously best on the ground with 9 goals.
Ball back in the middle. It's a 14-point leader in favour of Kenwick. They've started this final quarter. Impressive form. Nicholas Woods, the match winner, up forward for them. Up they go. Harris gets a tap away. Steffen's there, tracking the footballer's peak for Maddington. Oh, umpire's picked out a free kick over the shoulder. It's going to go Maddington's way in peak. The captain of the side, wearing number 9 on his back this afternoon, is getting up to take the resulting kick. Just backward of the centre circle in his defensive edge. Kicks down towards the half-forward position, or a player slipped over, but Thomas, is ever reliable Craig Thomas, has marked the football. He's going to bring it back. He wanted to play on. Had a man lurking on the outer side of the ground in Anton, but it's going to come back.
He'd be their second best, no doubt, Craig Thomas. He's had a terrific game, Cam.
Yeah, he's just a consistent player who plays good defensive football. Kicks it up towards centre half back. Les Sharp has marked the football. Kicked 2 goals this afternoon, Les. Influential last week. It's been a game of pretty good standard this week, but not as good as last week. Sharp's got it. True centre half back position for the Kenwick Royals. 105 to 91. The Royals on top. Goes with a long probing kick towards centre half forward. Up they go. Oh! As Dawson wasn't paid. Getting the crumb as Eddie Wilkes sends it back towards the attacking 50. Hitting the pack hard. Good play by Harding. In there the van is also. A kick around the corner. Rainstead is there. It comes to Anderton. He needs to burn his player out. Robbie Steffens there. Gets it on one grab. Sweeping handball further afield. Hewitt, the vice-captain. Kicks inside the attacking 50. Oh! Dropped a mark what he should have taken. It come back to Sathaway. Kick around the corner. Lurking for the football is Gibson. Very close to the boundary line. He gets hotly harassed and good tackle.
That's holding the ball,
by
yeah.
Lindsay Woods holding the ball, and Woods will come up with a football. He's 55 metres out from goal. Kicking to the high line. Garage is set into the ground. Players on. Disappointing kick. He's turned it over. And the mark's been taken by Anderson. In the right full back pocket for Maddington. They must clear their danger zone because Kenwick are lurking. A kick up towards the half back position. Coming across is Lindsay Woods. He just kicked the football up in the air. Sharp in the van. It's going to be a courageous one here. Hull can get the crumb. Hand pass to nobody in particular. Tracking the football. Good play by Wilkes. He kicks the football out. It's to nobody. Foot race going on the side of the ground. The ball's about 10 metres in front of both players. Tracking the football. Good play by a player there in David Irvine. Gets the kick away. Lurking for the football is Prue. He's there. It comes back to Anderson. Hand pass further afield. It comes to Adrian Wilkes. Left centre wing. He takes a bounce. Will he go for his second? No. Kicks up towards the attacking 50. Up they go. No one can take the mark. Good in the van is Harding there. It comes back to a player in Hynham. Kicks inside the attacking 50. But it's all Kenwick. Back there, nearly a good mark taken by a player in Irvine. And it's gone over for a boundary throw in. 105 to 91. Kenwick are on top. We've gone 10 minutes and this is the final quarter.
Boys, early in the fourth quarter in the WAFL, Claremont in front by 59 points. So it looks like they will play Subi in the grand final.
Boundary umpire has it. We're 40 metres from the Maddington goal. They'll be looking to register one here. Boundary umpire throws it in. It's Harding there versus Thomas. Harding wins the knock. Handball out to Peake. Catalano's lurking. He couldn't get the ball. He was pushed in the back. The umpires picked it out. So Andrew Catalano kicked 3 in the first half. Will be looking for his 4th. Got his body in between his player and the ball, and of course in this great game of ours, you play in front, you get the free kick, and that's exactly what Andrew Catalano did there. Paddled the ball around. It was a good setup in the ruck by Trent Harding. So Catalano has it now. Maddington 14 points behind. They're looking to make a change. Gibson's coming off to be replaced by Hendricks. Andrew Catalano, pretty sure kick. Comes in deliberately. Beautiful kick off the boot. It is a goal. He's registered. They've got one back. So that's his 4th, Andrew Catalano. A to Z sign scoreboard. Maddington are now 15-7, 97. They trail by 8 points. Kenwick are 17-3, 105.
Well, I'm not sure I'm quite with you, Halves. I thought Catalano, whilst he was in front, I thought he was falling over when he got tackled and a little bit lucky to get the free kick. Nonetheless, he's got the kick and he's got the goal. And 4 goals this afternoon from Andrew Catalano. He's been a terrific performer for them. He'll be the key in the last 10, 12 minutes of this game.
11 and a half minutes gone. It's Kenwick by 8 points. Centre throw up. Anderson versus Harris. Stefan has it now. Handballs to Sharp. Sharp gives it to Harris. Kenwick are going inside 50 again. Nicholas Woods in front of the pack. Couldn't take the mark. Hull was there. Handball to no one in particular. Plenty of Maddington players around the ball. Irvine wraps up one of them in the tackle. Henschel's there. He's wrapped up in the tackle. Kenwick have it now. Hull's running into an open goal. Tim Hull's got that one back. A to Z sign scoreboard. Tim Hull's got his 6th. Kenwick now 18 goals free, 111. Maddington 15-7, 97.
Well, Halves, I was just about to say that a lot of the Kenwick players were trying to umpire the game there instead of just worrying about getting their hands on the footy. And, well, they did that, and Tim Hull just dropping off the back of the pack. He's been a great player today for the Kenwick Royals. Most influential, probably the most dominant forward on the ground bar Nicholas Woods, and he's kicked 6 for the afternoon.
It's back to a 14-point lead. Ball back to centre field. White will do the ruck work opposed by Anderson for Maddington. It's a tight final quarter here. It's going to go down to the wire. As he taps it over, as player there in Harris wants the tap away for Kenwick. Ball spills free, comes to Stefan, back to Harris. Hand pass further through, umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go Maddington's way. Stefan, the infringing player on that occasion, and it's inside the centre square defensively.
Wilkes was the aggressor there.
Yeah, not a good
Stefan
decision
was trying
at all.
to get rid of him.
Not a good decision.
Eddie Wilkes goes across the ground. He's got Cook, our player there in Satterwaite at right half back, kicks down the line. Hendricks is marked fresh onto the ground in this final quarter. Goes with distance to the half forward line. Up they go, and a good mark's been taken by Harding, the coach of the side, fresh into the side after Ugal withdrew from the pre-game. Kicks inside, attacking 50, working to the front spot as Fitzgerald nearly took a one-hander. Osterberg gets the crumb, comes out wide to Woods defensively, still a hot ball. In they go again, Woods again. Gary Ewan watches on for the Kenwick side. We're going to ball up just inside the attacking 50 for the Maddington side. 111 plays, 97, 13 minutes gone, Kenwick on top. Ball up. Up they go. Anderson wins the tap away. It comes as far as Thomas. Gets the kick out wide. Cooks on in the van has taken the mark in the left full back pocket. Kicks down the line. Ranstead's on offer. Marks at defensive 40. They must get out of their danger zone as Maddington looking pretty impressive as they went forward then, but it got chopped off. Good defensive skills by the Kenwick side. Very indecisive at the moment, Ranstead, which way he wants to go. He goes down towards the wing, down the GKR transport wing. Ball misstalled. Players tracking, working back on hard on the football. It's for Vazzo. He's there. In fact, it was Cook for Maddington. Hand pass comes to Satterwaite, intercepted. Good play on the outer side of the ground. Goal scoring opportunity coming up for them. It comes to Shah. 45. Burns is a player. Loses control of the football. It comes to David Irvine. Comes backwards again. They've just about turned it over. So Maddington have to work here through Gilliland. Good defensive play. It's at centre half forward for Kenwick. Good play again by Peake. Gets it out wide. It comes to a player in Harding, the coach. Kicks up towards the attacking 50. Oh, the umpires are adjudicating here. Thomas is marked defensively for the Kenwick side. Comes out wide. He's got Dwayne Cook on left centre wing, going up towards the attacking 50. Taking the mark is Anderton, unattended on that occasion. He's 65 metres out from goal. Kicking to the southern end of the ground. Nicholas Woods takes the lead. He led too early. Kicks upside to Irvine. Has marked 45 metres out from goal on an acute angle.
Boys, just out the back of the middle of the centre of the ground here, Adrian Wilkes in a fair bit of trouble.
So Ray Irvine, the skipper of the Kenwick side, has marked the football. Distance should pose a problem here, and maybe a matter of accuracy, because he's quite on a tight angle, aided by a little bit of a breeze, perhaps maybe one goal has got it. So Irvine has got the football, kicks long towards full forward. What's the later on this one? They're clapping in the goal square. They might have scored. Kenwick go to 18 goals for 112. Maddington are 15-7, 97. We've gone 15 minutes. That is on the A to Z sign scoreboard.
Last quarter brought to us there by Prosser Toyota as Maddington bring the ball back in. Coming across was Cook. Beautiful fist on the ball down to Stefan. Stefan over the back of the pack. Nicholas Woods is lurking. He crashes the pack, breaks the tackle. Handball to David Irvine. Shot on goal, Kenwick. David Irvine kicked his first. Beautiful give by Nicholas Woods. A to Z sign scoreboard, 19-4, 118 to 15-7, 97.
Well, boys, Nicholas Woods come crashing out there, and well, that's the type of player he is. Unselfish. He could have just stayed on and swung around and kicked it himself, but he saw David Irvine going past. Most unselfish. Irvine running into an open goal, and boys, Adrian Wilkes heavily met in that marking contest on the outer side of the ground, and he's in big trouble. And well, they don't need him to go down at this stage of the game.
Adrian Wilkes back on his feet. He's playing over on this side of the ground. Ray White Gosnell's side as the umpire throws the ball up. Anderson slipped over. The ball's in the hands of Sharp. Kicks down towards Woods. Tried to take the one-hander. Over the back was Irvine. He offers a Shepherd. Woods has a snap-on goal. Opportunistic goal, but it's gone out of bounds on the full. So Peter Valenti will be the man to bring the ball back in. We've played 17 minutes in this last quarter. You're listening to Heritage FM 107.3. Cameron Sprague, Tony Davies and Simon Harvey. Braden Quartermain's involved as well. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. The grand final of 2004 seems to be going all Kenwick's way at the moment. They lead by 21 points. 5,000 people approximately here today at John Dunn Oval as the boundary umpire throws the ball back in. Hull goes up, fists the ball towards his goal. Over the pack's Anderton. Couldn't get his kick away. Catalano tackled him. Went to play on. In fact, there was no advantage there, and correctly decided upon by the umpire. Andrew Catalano will come back and take his kick from beyond the mark. Catalano's kick 4 today for Maddington. quickly plays on now, but he's coughed it up, kicked it straight to Dwayne Cook for Kenwick, and they'll thump the ball back into their forward line. Ray Irvine's offered up a lead, and he goes to him, and he takes a strong mark 40 metres out from goal. So the skipper is all over the place today. Hasn't kicked a goal yet, but he's had plenty of possessions, aiming for his first goal.
Tell you what, Harvey, will be the best no-goal performance you'll see from a skipper. He has been inspirational for his side today.
I imagine they'll run straight to him if he kicks this one. From about 45 metres, the skipper Ray Irvine looking to stretch the lead to 27 points. Comes in, he'll make the distance. Will he have the accuracy? In fact, he won't. He's registered it behind, just off to the right. A to Z sign scoreboard. Kenwick 19-5, 119. Maddington 15-7, 97. We've played 18.5 minutes in this last quarter, brought to us by Prosser Toyota.
Satterthwaite brings the football back in defensively for the Maddington side. So we've got a mark on the outer side of the ground, taken by Peake. He kicks up towards the wing position. Brendan Peake, the man, Osterberg over the top, thumped away by Harris. He's there, can get hold of the football. Hand pass back cute. It was smothered again. Good play by Randstead. Maddington surging for Catalano. Got run down brilliantly, but it was a push in the back, brought him forward, says the umpire. And Andrew Catalano has kicked 4 goals. Wants to play on quickly. Time may be the enemy here. He turned it over. It comes to Nagel. Puts it back towards the heart of the square. 2-on-1. Charging out of defence. Good play by Maddington. That was player in Satterthwaite. Kicks it up towards the attacking 50. Very close to the boundary line. Trying to track the football is Prue. Ball beats on. We've got a boundary throwing to take place. Inside attacking 50, where the 50-metre line intercepts the boundary line as far as Maddington is concerned.
Tied kick from Andrew Catalano over there, Cam.
So we've got a boundary throw in, 22-point lead in favour of the Kenwick side. In this final quarter, we've copped on 20 minutes of play. Roving the football from that stoppage was Thomas, who sent it back to Nagel. He's marked at centre-half back. Didn't have much distance, so he just kicked down the line. Cook, all on his own, can have a bounce. He takes one. Left centre wing has another. Goes for 2, goes for 3. Runs a little more. Goes for 4. Approaching attacking 50. Drills the pass in. Irvine up, couldn't mark the football. Needs to butter up. It's smothered. It comes back to Irvine. Nicholas Woods goes bang, and he's missed the lot. Nicholas Woods has kicked 9 goals. He's put it out of bounds on the full. A to Z sign scoreboard. Kenwick 19-5, 119. Maddington 15-7, 97.
Well, most unselfish play from Cook. I thought he could have run well inside 50 and had a shot on goal there, but look for his skipper.
Plenty of players out on their feet out there. Cramp starting to be a major part in this game. Kenwick are leading now by 22 points. Big kick there by Satterthwaite out towards Anderson. He couldn't take the mark, and the ball will fall over the boundary line, 60 metres from the Kenwick goal. Ray Irvine setting himself down there at full forward. Nicholas Wood seemed to have got a bit of a bump on the head. I don't think the umpire spotted it as yet. Boundary umpire about to throw it in. Anderson versus Harris. Anderson wins the knockdown to Wilkes. Wilkes throws it on his boot, but Nagel's there for Kenwick, and he'll track the ball over the boundary line. 21 minutes gone in this last quarter, brought to us by Prosser Toyota.
Just a little bit going on behind play between Andrew Thomas and Carl Heiner. Just Andrew Thomas, I think, was just pointing over towards the scoreboard, just letting him know who's in front.
Bit of frustration possibly creeping into the Maddington game. Woods has a nasty gash on his head, and he'll be coming off the ground. Nicholas Woods, that is. The umpire's called for the blood rule. Nathan Trefella it will be.
Didn't quite see where he got that cut, Halves.
I think it was in that last kick. He banged heads there with Hendricks for Maddington. A little bit going on between Perry and Catalano. Of course, old rivals, this Maddington and Kenwick lineups. Nicholas Woods going off the ground, 9 goals, 21.5 minutes gone. I don't know if he'll play much more in this game. Harris wins the knock, but it falls down there to a player in Brendan Peake. He throws it on the left boot. Leading the race will be Ewan. Ewan on the left boot finds Anderson in the middle of the ground. Here come Kenwick again. Umpire calling the player back. In fact, he's given a 50. So Carl Hendricks, the offending player there. Jeremy Anderson will take a shot from inside 50.
It's very harsh there, Halves. He took half a step over and he's pinged him, but it's there, but very, very severe.
Gone to the 50-metre arc. Jeremy Anderson has the ball. Trefella looked like he's carrying an injury. He's come on for Woods, of course. Les Sharp's provided an opportunity inside 50. Loose checking by Maddington. The wheels have fallen off, I think, in this last quarter. 22.5 minutes gone. Kenwick are leading by 22 points, and Les Sharp has the ball.
Kicks this, Halves, it'll be all but over, I would imagine.
It's a beautiful kick of the football, Les Sharp. Of course, he's kicked 2 today. Been plagued by a bit of a hamstring injury, but seems to be carried it all right today. Tim Hull standing behind the goal, setting a target for him. Of course, he's kicking to the Highlines Garages and Sheds end of the ground. Thank you to them for their sponsorship today. Les Sharp scored 2, he's kicked 2. Here he goes, quite deliberately. Shot on goal, sets it right. I don't think it's going to come back. He's registered a behind as the boys on the hill go for the mark. So, A to Z signed scoreboard. Kenwick 19-6, now 120, leading by 23 points. Maddington 15-7, 97.
As we approach full time in this Sunday Football League Grand Final in Kenwick, will reign supreme as Valenti brings the football back in play for Maddington up high. A player in Lindsay Woods flew high, he was a fringe on that occasion, so Maddington are going to take the kick, and taking the kick will be Adrian Wills.
No, it's Hendricks, Carl Hendricks.
Carl Hendricks, in fact, a defensive 40 for Maddington. So Woods flew high, got into the back of Hendricks, and will take the kick away. Kicks up towards the centre square, bad turnover. Osterberg comes across and marks at the heart of the ground. Wants to play on. He's got Sharp on offer. There's 2 of them there. Cook's another one. So Sharp's got it at left centre or right centre wing for the Kenwick side. Just going through the motions now, Kenwick. They kick. Sharp kicks inside the attacking 50. Lurking at the back is Ray Irvine, can get the crumb. He can snap back towards full forward. Let's put this one out of bounds on the full, well away from the goal face. And we've got a kick back in play as far as Maddington's concerned. A design score check. Kenwick's 19-6, 120. Maddington a 15-7, 97. Clocked on 25 minutes of play in the final term here from John Dunn Oval. Heritage FM Sport, kick back in play, thump behind, good play by Kenwick. Getting the crumb is a Maddington defender, a kick out wide towards the commentary wing, trying to track hold of the football is a player in Harris, who's led from the front today in the ruck. Gets the kick away inside the attacking 50, and there's a bit happening off the play here as Osterberg flies in. Umpire's going to call for a halt.
Oh, plenty of landing, boys. David Irvine's landed plenty. I reckon 3 or 4, and someone's in trouble here. Oh, big hits there. Trent Harding's involved. Oh, there'll be a Maddington player going report here for sure. Big hit after the play then, and that's most undisciplined then. There's going to be a red card. Yeah, absolutely there. Craig Anderson, late hit after the ball had gone, and that's just silly play and frustrating now.
Well, rightly so. There's a disgraceful thing done by him, and totally unnecessary, because the game has been played in high spirits as far as this game is concerned. It didn't really need that to happen in the closing stages of this match. Well, Kenwick are going to win the game, there's no question about that. So we're waiting for the ball to be brought back into play as the umpires trying to unravel this bit of a fracas that's happened in front of us here on the commentary wing.
Fracas was not quite the word. There were some punches thrown there, and I don't tell you what, plenty of them were landing as well.
So it looks like it's going to be brought up inside the 50. So Tim Hull has got it. He's kicked 6 goals this afternoon off his personal boot. Will have a shot on goal from just outside the attacking 50. So a little bit of an unsavoury end as far as this game is concerned, but Kenwick are through, there's no question about that. Hull's got it.
I think, Cam, the boys might have forgotten that this game is on video, and I'd say there's a couple of holidays awaiting.
Absolutely, and rightly so too. It's totally unnecessary. Hull's got it. 6 goals off his boot. Will kick from right on the 50. Magnificent kick on goal. The umpires move to his left-hand side. A to Z sign score check. Kenwick 19 goals, 7, 121. Maddington 15-7, 97. 26 minutes gone, and Kenwick have won the grand final.
Ball comes in board there by Peter Valenti, and he finds Brendan Peake, who has it now deep inside his defensive 50. Plenty of players offering leads, including his brother Jason. He finds him, and he's still inside the 50-metre arc. Peake has it now. Gone 26.5 minutes. Peake goes long towards Catalano. Perry gets a hand in there and knocks the ball over the boundary line. Nicholas Woods is going to come back on the ground. Catalano wants to go on with it. The umpire gets in there nice and close. Boundary umpire throws the ball in quickly. Harris is in best position. Henschel's there for Maddington. Woods gets a big fist on it. Down towards Anderton. Favazzo's tracking it towards the boundary line. He gets it inside. He'll throw it on his boot. It's high, it's up and under. Flying for it will be Ranstead, and he takes a strong chest mark on the Ray White Gosnell side of the ground. It's Kenwick by 24 points. Kicks the ball across towards the centre of the ground where he finds Ewan. Ewan on the left boot. He has Irvine leading. Strong marking. Ray Irvine couldn't take the mark. Gets a handball out to Cook. Cook throws it on the boot. The umpire's paid. He didn't get a good contact with the boot, and Maddington will take the ball out of there. Vance Thowles has it now, running outside that wing. Kicks up towards the coach there in Harding, who was involved in a bit of a fracas early as well. Ewan's there, and Ewan's taken a strong mark opposed to Trent Harding. The Kenwick supporters are starting to get vocal here in this last quarter. 27.5 minutes gone. Of course, they're leading by 24 points. Courageously, Catalano flying back into the pack. Cook's there. Wilkes is there for Maddington. Throws it on the boot right over in front of the Kenwick Colts, who, of course, were victors in their game today against Gosnells. A disappointing day for Maddington, losing both the reserves and the league encounter. There's the siren. Kenwick, the A to Z sign scoreboard. Kenwick 19-7, 121. Maddington 15-7, 97. The Kenwick Royals have been victorious in the Sunday Football League for 2004. We're going to take a quick break. We'll wrap up this game and we'll have the presentations, of course, out on the ground. You've been listening to a live Sunday League broadcast of the grand final. Cameron Spragg, Tony Davies, Braden Quartermain and Simon Harvey on Heritage FM 107.3. We'll be back in a few short moments. Heritage FM 107.3 has brought you this Sunday Football League Grand Final that has seen Kenwick victors by 24 points here at John Dunn Oval in front of a crowd of about 5,000 people. In fact, we're just about to get the crowd. In fact, it's 3,200 the official crowd. Thanks very much to the Chairman of Directors of the Sunday Football League, Bob Sutherland, for that stat. Fellas, we'll get the unemotive things out of the way before the presentations. Goal scorers and best players for both sides, Tony Davies and Cameron Spragg.
Well, for Maddington, Andrew Catalano, he's kicked 4. We'll start with the winners, actually. We won't start with Maddington. For the winners, the premiers, the Kenwick Royals, Nicholas Woods in a match-winning performance. He's kicked 9 goals for this afternoon. Not far behind him was the big fellow, Tim Hull. He's kicked 6. Les Sharp kicked 2. Singles to David Irvine, Lindsay Woods, and terrific performance by those players. And for Maddington, Andrew Catalano, the leading goal kicker, sharing that with 2 other players. Catalano kicking 4, as did Carl Hynam and Mark Fitzgerald. Singles to Trent Harding and 2 goals to Eddie Wilkes.
Thanks very much for that, Tony. Just looking at better players, we've studied them all throughout the afternoon. I'll bring you on this one, and before shortly we'll go to Braden Quartermain on what actually happened down on Boundary Side post-match. But Kenwick, superb effort. They've won the grand final, 97 to 121, and looking at better players this afternoon, none better than Nicholas Woods.
Oh, 9 goals in the grand final, Cam. If he'd rocked up today and thought he'd kicked 9, well, he would have taken that for sure, and so would Gavin Haney. But 9 goals, he was just unstoppable. He's far too strong. And, well, we thought he was a bit lazy last week with his goal kicking, but today he was on fire and, for my mind, best on the ground.
14 goals in 2 weeks, of course, Nicholas Woods. 5-goal effort last week and definitely match winner today.
Just quickly, Tony's running down both respective lists.
Oh, look, better players for the rest of the Kenwick side. Very, very even performance. I thought Les Sharp with his 2 goals. Wasn't as dominant as last week, but he did get plenty of it. And I think we're going to cross to our broadcast from the middle of the ground, boys. We'll come back to it.
We have got a live feed down there. Terry Kipp
Games
will
of football.
continue the presentations.
And I'd like everybody to appreciate the effort of the Maddington Football Club. Well done, fellas. Congratulations. Bad luck.
Applause there, of course, for the Maddington Bulls, who
now, like
are on
Alana
top of the ladder all
McTiernan,
year. Maddington were on top of the ladder, beating Kenwick in
I
the
now
second
ask
semi-final.
the members for Southern River, Mr. Paul Andrews, to come forward and present the medals to the umpires. Cameron Palmer.
Thought they did a reasonable job today, halves.
Yes, they did. It was a tough game to umpire. Yes, Cameron Palmer, I thought he did a terrific job today, and Ray Zock, of course. It got a bit heated at the end there, and they were quick to stamp that out. Boundary umpires just getting their
Terry
medals.
Tomlinson.
Just looking at all year, really, the games I've seen, they've done a superb job, and there's been some instances where things did turn unsavoury in a few of the games, and they've showed consistency and showed some intelligence just to spot those fights breaking out. But they've done a terrific job all year, and you've got to say a big thank you to the umpiring fraternity in the Sunday Football League.
And they always had control of the games. They never really got away from them until that last little bit when just frustration took over from Maddington.
Yes, they did have. They set the control early. They started early, playing possibly some free kicks that maybe
And
would
now
only be played.
the best player is judged by the umpires in today's game. The Percy Garrett medal goes to number 22 of Kenwick, Nicholas Woods.
Well, little doubt there, fellas. 9 goals in the grand final.
Rightly so.
You know, Gary Ablett can win a Norm Smith medal kick at 9, and in a losing grand final, of course, he'd picked up 9 this week. So congratulations to Nicholas Woods winning the Percy Garrett medal for the best player in the grand final.
Well, coming off a very good final series in the second half of the season too. Last week it was superb, and kicking 9 today, and in a real freak goal down at the southern end. It was magnificent, and congratulations to Nicholas. A good job, well done.
I'll tell you what, he'll be a hero down at the Kenwick Royals tonight, because to kick 9 goals, I spoke with Gavin Handling before the game, and they needed to kick a big score, and well, they've done that with Nicholas kicking 9 goals.
I now present the medals for the best players. Miss Alana McTiernan, the member for Armidale.
She enjoyed her day at the footy today.
Yes, and she was our live guest at half-time too, and spoke very well too.
Gary Ewan, number 1, beautiful skills. He missed the second semi-final. He came back last week in the prelim. He's got a beautiful left foot, and he really stepped up in the second half.
Very serviceable.
Number 2, Les Sharp.
This is a fella that's impressed me in the last month of football, been outstanding. He was best on ground in the preliminary final win over Thornley last week. Has played a bit of waffle footy at East Perth, and there is talks
Number 3,
of next year
Jeremy
coming back
Anderson.
to waffle footy. He's a superb player, and let's hope he does make it to the next level.
Jeremy Anderson, of course, number 3 for Kenwick, has been very serviceable, consistent in the last 3 weeks. Andrew Thomas there, receiving his award, number 4 for Kenwick.
Andrew Thomas.
Very experienced and very steady in the back half for Kenwick. They missed him last week. He missed with injury. Back today for the grand final.
Of course, at the conclusion of this, we
5,
hope to have the coach Gavin Hanley come up and have a chat with us after the game, but our coverage going through till 6 o'clock tonight.
6, Nathan Trefella.
A little bit quiet today, Nathan Trefella. He was very, very good last week, but I don't think he'll mind too much. He's got a premiership medallion hanging around his neck.
7, Todd Ranstead.
In fact, it's Todd Hewitt, thanks, Terry.
Another end. This fella, the vice captain of the side, left from the front, showed good captaincy skills, and was a good player today.
8, Ben Ranstead.
Ben Ranstead moved on to Catalano early in the second quarter after Catalano had kicked 3, and of course Andrew ended up kicking 4, but he did a serviceable job in there in that second quarter when Maddington were attacking.
This was a good solid defender, has a good final series too. He tries hard and consistent player, Josh Osterberg.
Nothing of him, but he puts his body on the line.
Didn't see much of Tony today. Of course, he looks very similar to Harris, so possibly we got them mixed up every now and then. Or in fact, he didn't play, so injured early and didn't play much in the second half.
Well, this fellow led in the ruck today, did a superb job. In the absence of Kello, did pretty well, David Harris. And just looking at the ruck contest, no one really got on top, was pretty even.
Yeah, Nathan Watt did a terrific job for Maddington, take over from Richard Ugle, of course.
Like this guy's game today, he was superb. He got far too much space at crucial stages of the game.
14, David Irvine.
David Irvine, well, he had an eventful finish of the game, and I think I scored him very heavily in that little incident.
15, Lindsay Woods.
Well, exciting young player, this guy in front of goals. He can kick goals and had a terrific season, and he kicked one today.
Had a spell on Robbie Davis.
He did.
16, Jeff Prue.
Well, I was most impressed with Jeff Prue. I was really wondering if they'd leave him on Fitzgerald, and he did the business and held him to 4 goals. They'd be happy with that.
17, Tim Hull.
The big tall fella has got I think we pointed out, he's got a terrific vertical leap. He's kicked 6 today and previous winner of the Colts goal kicking award, so he knows how to kick goals. And
19, Robert Stephan.
Yeah, this fellow impressed me. Across half back, he went up forward for a couple of times up to set up many goal scoring opportunities. He's a good player, Rob Stephan. He's had a good final series.
20, Daniel Atkinson.
Another player with good skills. Atkinson runs out of the back line, runs pretty straight at it.
Daniel Atkinson.
Probably paddles the ball to his advantage. Looks like he's carrying a bit of a leg injury on his way up to the podium there, but well done to him.
21, Craig Thomas.
Well, I know this was one of Cam's favourite players today. I thought he was absolutely inspirational at the half-back line. He puts his body on the line, he's got no fear, and he was a terrific player for the Royals today. Wouldn't have been far behind.
22, Nicholas Woods.
Well, the genius, he kicked 9 goals in a magnificent display up forward as far as Kenwick is concerned. He got the medal today, best on ground, and he's really excited to be. Took some strong marks, hit the packs, kicked 9 goals. You couldn't ask for a better day.
Daniel Perry.
Not to mention the screamer he took as well. Strong screaming mark and also a terrific goal. So a good day out for Nicholas Woods. Daniel Perry, of course, he's had a terrific season.
Did some good work in the second half.
And the captain of the team, number 18, Ray Irvine.
Well, this guy was absolutely inspirational, Harves. I know the coach has got a massive opinion of him, and he just led from the front today. Yeah, he didn't kick a goal today, but he didn't need to because he was just inspirational, the skipper.
Yes, he was, of course,
and I'd also
a noted goal kicker, but he did the work off the ball, which was fantastic as well. And the coach there, Gavin Hanley, has done a terrific job. Look, we underestimated the way that he can get these boys up. I think we all tipped Maddington, but, you know, Gavin's did a fantastic... Well, I tipped Maddington yesterday. I was going to tip Kenwick, but well done to Gavin and the boys.
And the flag that signify that Kenwick Football Club are the premiers for 2004.
It's a night. Yes. Thoroughly deserved.
Yes, indeed. So Gavin and Ray getting the cup there and the flag, and Gavin will say some words now.
Firstly, to Maddington guys, thanks a lot for the game. There's no question that if you get fit bodies up there, it certainly helps out. And I know you've had a couple of very strong players out. You just didn't budge from what we knew we were going to get. We knew that if we wanted a flag off Maddington Football Club, we had to fight to get it. We weren't going to get anything handed to us. So thanks a lot and well done, Trent. Cheers, boys. To our football club, fair dinkum, I don't know how to put into words how proud I am to be able to represent you blokes. You know, we get into this journey and off we go. I asked us if you can get me there, I can get you to the flag, and we all kept our promise, eh? To the 4 guys that missed out today. It's a hard thing to do, and I don't know how I'm ever going to repay you, but we start again in February and we do it all over again, boys. Cheers.
I know it was most difficult for Gavin Hanley to leave those players out today. He was absolutely heartbroken before the game to think that he had to leave 4 players out of a grand final team, and he was absolutely shattered.
Coach's nightmare, isn't it?
It is.
Kenwick Football Club.
Aaron Atkinson missing out today, Jeff Hale, and another player there in... might have to refresh my memory there, Davo, in the 4th player.
Oh, Paul Stephan was the other player that missed.
Of course. So yes, but goes with premierships as the Maddington boys make their way off the ground. The Kenwick boys are beginning their celebrations with their supporters around them, raising the cup, and they got the flag, the 2004 Sunday Football League Premiership, to the Kenwick Football Club in what was a cracker of an encounter in the grand final. We'll take